Welcome back to Streets of Lavidia. This is session 5 entitled Call. Last session, the group successfully entered into the casino. They have infiltrated in a number of respects, and their first attempt at entering access to the back area, acquiring access to the vault, and stealing the money that was requested failed. Um, we moved to the second round of the tournament. In a second, I will discuss what that means for you as a group. I just need to adjust some things regarding camera placements because apparently there is no God
Ooh.
and he hates me if there is one.
Never was.
I just feel like someone's out to get me today. I
You
don't
You know how you
know.
can tell there's never a God, there's not a God? It's because Penn State lost to Ohio State this weekend. And if there was a God,
Please.
that would have been what he
fucking
focused
guy.
on.
This fucking
Alright.
guy.
Got me and Chad are sharing a screen. Let's go.
Yeah, it's actually not you. It's Michael who's sharing a screen with that one. So, okay. Discuss amongst yourselves what happened and just fill each other in and kind of discuss and divulge your plans. Focus up on that. And while you're doing that, I will try and fix this.
Pepper got stomped on as a lizard.
Yeah, actually,
It
you
hurt.
actually got stomped on. Hey, I can cast. I can only cast invisibility on one person because it's a stupid concentration spell. Unless, like, you can cast it like two of them if you're from Ohio State. You know, you're a Ohio State fan. But everybody else has to freaking have concentration on that one. So I can cast it on one person, and then why don't the one person put the lizard in his pocket for just a little bit and sneak when you sneak on in there, you know? But it has to be Valentine. All right, go ahead, Chad. Sorry to cut you off.
It's not the sneakiest.
Okay. So while you're discussing that, I want to make sure that Michael, you were absent last time, so I just want to make sure you're up to speed on where you're at. I'm going to be rushing you a bit through this, but you are in the midst of a Dragon Ante tournament. During the first round of which you teamed up with an individual who seems nice enough, and basically tricked this halfling into trying to just resort to physical violence. He was then murdered by the guards. The first round of the tournament happened outside, so not outside, but out in the main hall. But because it wasn't getting a lot of positive reception from the guests, the owner of this establishment moved it back to the back. In this location, there is one security guard inside of the room and one security guard outside of the room, and then there is the statue on display present. Okay, so you would have been shuffled into that room after a slight kind of delay in between rounds as they prepared the room. And you would have been moved to a table preparing to play with a group of individuals who will describe to you in just a moment here.
Was Chad the dealer at that table?
Chad is the dealer at the other table, I believe is what we rolled. Or did we roll for you to be at the Michael table?
Oh, I think he did get at that
Yeah,
table.
we rolled for him to be
Yeah.
at the same table as me.
Okay, cool. All right.
Yeah, because I was talking about how we're gonna conspire to shut this game down.
So there's time now to kind of talk amongst yourselves before the game proper starts. Like before.
Yeah, I'm gonna do it telepathic.
Yeah, well, sure.
I have a question about invisibility.
Sure.
Does pickpocketing, like, does that count as like something that breaks invisibility, or does it have to be
What
like?
does invisibility read?
I don't know.
I can like
The source of your invisibility determines the duration of your invisibility. Invisibility proper does not have a break effect. You could technically be made to have the condition invisibility forever.
Like that.
all right, here we go. I think I can like that'll that should be in the thing now. Invisibility, but it doesn't details. I have to click the details. Okay. See, it says
Makes
it'll
an
end
attack
if you
roll,
take an
takes
attack
an
roll, deal
on.
damage, or cast a spell. So if you're stealing something, that's not an attack roll. So so
Nice.
that means you're still invisible.
Okay.
And
I like it.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I think I got this set up a little wrong. Jetta goes here.
Lasts for an hour. Concentration.
1. Oh, I see. Okay. Yeah, those two are the switch. Okay. So the individual that you did the deed with was Nightshade, who he is a
Shit.
tiefling, and kind of blue skin, shorter horns. I think was the description we gave him. And yeah, he has a crude manner to him, Michael, but he's very smarmy and very kind of like happy-go-lucky, despite his kind of jagged nature. Okay, so what were you saying, Jonah?
Uh-oh. Jonah disappeared.
Okay, so that obviously is not a responsible option. So Chad and Michael, you two are at the same table. Chad, you had mentioned
Right.
incentive
So-
to try and go ahead.
Right. So here's some props and ideas I have on me. One, I have basically like a single copy of like the best hand in the game on me that I can sort of pass off to you as needed. We can communicate telepathically, so we can kind of coordinate what cards you have and what cards I can give you. I also have a deck of cards that I have marked that I was going to use. But since they're, I think what we can do is we can work together to close this game out real quick, and maybe you could win and win some money. And then in the aftermath, I'm assuming after the game, the people at this table are going to sort of disperse and do their own thing. John?
Yeah, I'm not hearing you either, John.
You're muted.
Oh yeah, I'm
Yeah,
muted,
talking,
but yeah,
okay.
you are lagging very hard. My responses were kind of apropos, but also muted, so my fault. But yeah, so just like the last tournament round, absolutely, they move away from the table.
Additionally, I have
Okay. Cool. So real quick, we will essentially eliminate half the potential witnesses in the room.
Sure.
okay. Very laggy, but yes.
Oh, that's why. Okay, stop doing that. Can I close that?
What you downloaded?
Okay.
Doing some
No, I
LimeWire.
was my
LimeWire.
computer was trying to open Photoshop.
Bear share.
Yeah. Blast from the past.
Yeah, I also have the
Uh,
ability with you. So the thing is, I wasn't gonna suggest this before knowing I was in the tournament because it wouldn't have worked. But the fact that you're the dealer and can hide things for me, I could technically, potentially prestidigitate cards to look differently. Because you're the dealer and know that you're in on it, you could take them away before anyone has a chance to know what they were or weren't.
Well,
You know.
quick note on that: press doesn't allow for you to perform like an illusory effect. I don't think.
I thought it said you could do like a palm-sized
Hold on.
illusory effect,
Back in.
yeah, you
like
can.
something that
I think,
could fit in your hand.
manufacture objects.
Like I thought I could do it like an emblem on a card or an emblem on something. Like
Yeah,
I
maybe.
thought
I'm checking. Normally that's like the purview of minor illusion, but let me check. Sensory effect. You create an instantaneous, harmless sensory effect, such as a shower of sparks, a puff of wind, faint musical notes, or an odor. you can create a magic mark, or you can create a non-magical trinket or an illusory image that can fit in your hand. So the illusory image would be like a card on top of the card. So then, yeah, I guess your idea is
Basically, yeah.
it
Or
works.
the non-magical
Yeah.
non-magical trinket could just be the card itself.
Sure. The issue with that is like then it'll be subject to scrutiny. The image I think is better because then you have a real card in your hand and pass it back to the dealer.
Yeah. The thing is, if it was a real
Yeah.
dealer, they would know, okay, that wasn't the card that you just showed me, but since you're the dealer, you can back me up.
Yeah.
Yeah, my plan is
If we need that. That's a
yes,
backup thing.
I guess if Varric and one of the other players end up with one or more of the same cards, Kiernell's going to accuse the other player of cheating.
Okay.
And then, so basically, close out this game. These people leave. I can get the guard's attention and be like, "Hey, I think that other dealer is using marked cards." And then when the other dealer, or when the guard goes to deal with the other dealer, and that whole table is occupied with that situation, we can grab the statue and get out of here. That'll be like our opening to get the statue. Now, what we need to do is coordinate with the other group about.
Well, the other group
getting
needs
the-
access to the vault, and the only access that you have that can get you in close to the vault is your employee card.
Right. So, well, I'll tell you what. Before we get started, I'm going to go to the bathroom.
Okay.
And that's like, yeah, I've already been through there before. I know where that's at. So, are the restrooms accessible to anybody?
No, there are bathrooms for the employees and there are bathrooms for the non-employee.
Oh, okay.
The employee bathrooms are in the break room, which is behind the locked doors.
Well, I'm going to go to one of the non-employee bathrooms, and I'm going
Okay.
to try to telepathically communicate with Sebastian or Valentine to be like, "Hey, come meet me in the bathroom, and I'll get you this ID card."
Jonah's like, okay, yeah, I'm on board.
You had me at meet me in the bathroom.
I'm sorry, Valentine's on board.
Jonah's on board.
Also, yes.
Valentine's like, oh, all right, I guess I can meet you there. And then he's gonna go to the bathroom.
So, yeah, but he takes this trip to the bathroom, telepathically communicates with Valentine to, like, so they can pass off the card. And then he returns to his table and gets ready to deal up a winning game for Varric.
Okay. So the employee card is now in Valentine's hand, you said?
Yeah, pass it off to him. I don't need it. I think. Oh, and I also would take the opportunity while I'm telepathically communicating to let him know that, hey, Varric and I have an angle on the statue. Like, it's not long enough for us to. It's not going to take long for us to put things in motion. You guys need to figure out how to get the money out of the vault.
Is it like, can I
Yes,
reply?
I believe
Okay.
the telepathic communication works both ways. It's
Alright.
like I can use this ability as many times as I want. It's just that the duration we can communicate is only a few minutes, and I have to be within 30 feet to open the connection.
All right. So while we're walking while we're walking back out, I'm gonna redo my. No, I gotta leave it on copper. But I also need more.
Dude.
What you talking about?
No, because right now my telepathic communication is 6 hours for Moro and copper, and I can only do as many people as my proficiency. Mob.
It's on Morrow right now too, though.
Yeah, I was gonna switch it from.
I mean, I'm on you. You can just whisper into your damn coat pocket, like, "Oh yeah, hey."
That's true. That's true. But what about like if you're in the vault? Are we going in the vault together or? Separate.
You gotta get the door open. So.
So, I mean, if you could get him in, so you could take the ID card, you could give it to Copper. Copper could wild shape down into something small enough to get into the vault, if that's a possibility. And then once he's inside, he could unwild shape, and then he'll have the card, and he can use the card to get out.
If it
He's
works like
already
that,
tiny.
it,
He's
it
already
may not
tiny.
work like that.
So we could use the card to get in too at that point.
That's true.
We think. I don't think a dealer has access to the vault, but who knows?
Probably not.
Well,
We'll find
I mean,
out.
I guess we'll find out.
I'm going to. I'm gonna drop. Yeah, I'm gonna drop the telepathic communication off of Copper, or just redo it and put Moro and Now on it.
Okay.
Oh, sweet.
Okay.
I added to the plan.
You were already in the.
What is the range of it?
It's as far as I could see.
Okay, but do you have to have line of sight to them to be able to?
No, I just connect like a Bluetooth.
Okay, and then once the connection's established, it maintains no matter where you go.
Yeah, for
Cool, excellent. Because I'm gonna be
Well,
in
yeah.
another room.
we got 5 hours.
Yep, plenty of time.
And this one costs you a psychic wound, right? Or psychic dice.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
So this way
This
we
one-
can
This
stay
one
in
wasn't free.
touch with each other and kind of communicate when we're trying to do this, that, or the other.
Yeah. Alright, so-
Cloud giants are fun.
Yeah.
Forget.
They like it when you try to steal from them.
Okay. So then you two, and by you two I mean Sebastian and Copper, you head back into the main area. Kiernell, you head back to the tournament area. Moro and Krangar, you remain kind of amidst the throng and just continue to maintain watch out or lookout, correct?
I'm
Yeah.
gonna move I'm gonna move closer to I'm already close to it. But the thingy, the door's over here, right? To go to the tournament?
The tournament, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm gonna chill over here with Copper, and I'm gonna tell Moro telepathically, I'm gonna need you to sit by the bar real quick so we could do the invisibility.
Okay. Yeah. I think we're gonna have to go somewhere alone, like more secluded. We don't want people to see me all of a sudden cast a spell and turn you invisible. That's
Yeah,
not good.
no. I'm waiting for that gnomish fella to come out, and I'm gonna go in when he goes in.
Okay. So
Sure.
the game inside of the tournament room is being prepared. So Kiernell, this is the kind of preparatory segment. You can see that the other dealer is doing likewise, and you have done this already once or twice before in the setup. But you would note that this time you don't have an additional rack of chips. You just took what you had from your table with you. So, when you folks are sitting near the bar and are basically preparing, and Sebastian likewise, you would see the door near the bartender, ping it here,
Mhm.
open, and then the gnome and the two bodyguards with the cart come out again, and they make their way down to the south. I would like for Krungar, Moro, Sebastian, and Copper to make perception checks. Before you roll them,
Mhm.
Krungar, you're making yours with advantage. Copper, you're making yours with disadvantage. I'll explain why that's the case after we're done with the rolls.
Should I make it as the lizard? No, wait, no.
It's the same.
No, but again, like-
yeah, mental
it's
stats
the
are your
same.
yeah.
Yeah.
But again, remember disadvantage for the lizard.
Gotcha.
I got 5.
Well,
Disadvantage.
You got
Perception.
12. That's right. Okay.
7.
Moro, you're the only one who notices this, and it's definitely a sight to behold. The window or large opening space on the north side of this area has a waterfall that kind of dispenses water out from the actuary. You see in the kind of like mid-afternoon light, kind of like soft, kind of purplish, like orangey haze of a almost sunset. You see a silhouette appear in that space, fly over the waterfall and land. And then you see this person, this individual, dust themselves off and then move into the space like they were supposed to be here. On closer inspection, you would see that this is a woman who appears to be human. She looks like she stands maybe 5'4", 5'6", somewhere into or abouts there. And this is what she looks like.
It's probably Chapel Roan.
Looks like she's wearing strange armor greaves and arm like gauntlets. On her head is an iron crown. Around her neck is an iron gorget. They are burnished black iron, and she wears a fine purple dress with gold filigree.
Oh, no.
High slits on the side. Looks like she's dressed for a casino.
That's not good.
Yeah, I've seen her before, but I don't remember where. Oh,
It was in the first Friday campaign that I was in.
She walks
She showed
past
up
the
briefly.
security guard, who doesn't seem to take notice of her or even concern himself with her.
Serious.
So, a couple of things on the table. So I'm going to go ahead and go from beat to beat, and then for Kernel and for Varric, you're in the midst of the beginning of the first round of the tournament. So we'll discuss what that means for you in a second. But while that's happening, this is happening. So, Sebastian, you're the closest to her. You're not aware of her presence. You are aware of the cart, though, and what the cart means. But you also have the employee card on you.
Mm-hmm. I'm going to, since the spa is like right there, I'm gonna tell Morrow, alright, it's time. Come to the spa.
All right, where's the spa? Ping it.
Right here. Oh, fuck. I didn't see that guy.
So you open up the door, and inside of the spa, there's an attendant, and she looks at you.
We could do the bathroom. It's not ideal, but
Well, you can just go around. You can do it in this space here.
oh, okay.
Go upstairs.
Oh, my bad. I thought this was the bathroom. I'ma go.
We do have a bathroom. Oh, okay, bye.
We do have a bathroom. Bye. Weirdo.
I'm gonna try to get in the corner as
Sure.
best as possible, like right here.
oh, I got a question about these chip racks.
Okay.
So you said so basically what's about to happen is they're coming around with the cart and they're gonna swap me out they're gonna swap me out the rack I have for a full one.
You can make as many presumptions as you want about it, but it definitely looks like the other guy is starting, sans any modification to the chip rack. Your presumption in actuality is that you're on the map.
Does
Yeah.
invisibility last a minute or an hour?
Can you
Hour.
Can you not move it or something?
It's all black.
Oh, weird. Okay, hold on.
He's blind.
You have no
I saw the
vision.
pings though. Like people were pinging stuff, and I could see the little ping happen.
I can't
So-
see.
I might just exit out and go back in. Maybe.
No, don't do that.
Okay.
So the chip rack I have is like
What's going to
left-
be utilized for the next round of the tournament?
What
if I
does it-
like left some chips and stuff on the table, like
Oh, yeah, you were told not to, so if you did, it could be a situation where you're putting yourself in a fireable offense. So they definitely, when they uprooted you from the last table, they said everything that you'll need to continue. And then you got all the shit that you have. We discussed this.
I got
Fire.
What I'm explaining to you, what I'm trying to relay to you is you're now out of the rotation. That's what I'm explaining to you.
Oh, the cart's not coming to
They don't care about you anymore. You're in the midst of the game. You play with what you have.
Okay, so about how much money is on these chip racks?
Enough.
No, but I'm saying like how much are these chip racks representative of?
So I will say it again. Was it just a simple kind of chagrin to the necessity for like integral numbers being very annoying to me? Enough. You're not going to be able to cash them out. First off, second off, they're for the purposes of the tournament. So the numerical value is enough for you to continue the playing of the game. Does that make sense?
Okay, I was just curious if maybe we could secure that 5,000 gold by actually me
No.
just
No.
G.
No.
We're,
Because there's no way
we're
you're going
gonna
to be able to.
secure it.
Man, he wasn't turning so good. He got 8,000 gold from it.
Thinking about it,
Robbed us blind.
it is a kooky idea, but the problem with it is that you're going to either try and cash it in yourself, or you're going to pass it off to someone who's going to cash it in. These are both flawed ideas. You also know
I
that
mean,
the coins that you're representing currently are not representative of real money. They're representative of points for the tournament.
We're
I
gonna
get
secure it by stealing it from the vault.
yeah, I mean that's totally fine. I just figured if it's like, oh hey, if I have an opportunity to like kill two birds with one stone.
One rack of chips, yeah. I just want to make sure that you understanding. Like they're not going to come back to you because you have your tournament chips, and you're out of the rotation. So if you were thinking that the cart's going to come to you, it is not.
Yeah, I thought maybe I had like they were like, hey, we're gonna start you off with like a fresh rack of chips,
No.
so it doesn't matter what's missing from the one you have.
Nah.
In which case I was gonna okay, cool. Like, hey, Varric, here's 5,000 gold worth of chips. Go cash it and let's get out of here.
Yeah, because they're not technically winning any money because all they did was pay for the tournament entry. The prize here is the statue.
Well, not for long.
Right. Okay, so you move into that corner, and so I'm going to express something to you, Moro, that others may not notice. But the girl that flew up into the space seems to be walking down to that way, and definitely has a look straight down the barrel of the tunnel you're in, but no one else is really paying attention. Do you wish to withhold on the invisibility spell because of her, or do you wish to go ahead and go with it?
Yeah, I think I'm gonna have to if she's already looking in this direction. So I'm
she's
gonna
not. Well, she's not like
Yep.
looking directly at it like it's something that's important to her. I'm just saying she could see down the barrel of it if she were to turn slightly.
Yeah, I think what I'd like to do is just wait then until she goes by.
Okay.
But
If that's
I'll
the
move-
case, you'll watch her walk over to this door, which is one of the security doors, and you see her hand touch it. For a second, you think to yourself, what is she doing? That's not how you do it. We've watched Kernel go through. You see a red rune appear around her hand on the surface of the door, and then the door opens. It appears to have been unlocked permanently. This is no longer a door that requires security access.
Okay.
The
After
fuck?
I see that, I would turn and look at Valentine or Sebastian and be like, I'm gonna make you invisible. You're gonna have an hour. Go straight into that vault. It looks like it's open, and then because I don't know if he saw that what I saw, so then I would
Yeah.
move over to you and cast invisibility, which is a very fun spell.
All right.
You need me to click it again? It's on there. It's an
No, I see it.
hour, and it's concentration on my part. So.
It doesn't show like the mechanical. It just the description.
Yeah, I don't know
That's
why
it.
it's so lame. I don't know if I could change that. If there's a setting I can hit, I'll
It
check.
just be like that sometimes. It's okay.
So you're casting invisibility, becoming invisible, and following, right?
No, yeah.
Okay, so we'll leave cut off for you for a second.
Yeah.
Okay, Beric, you're sat with 3 individuals who you haven't played with yet, and Kernel is the dealer. Kernel spent the last 5 or so minutes preparing the first set. The game you're playing is called Three Dragon Ante. If it's a game you know how to play in real life, it's one I don't, so I apologize. At some point, I will learn it, and maybe we will try and figure out how it actually functions. It is a real game that's existed for quite a while in Dungeons & Dragons history. I just have never bought the deck. Point is, for our purposes, what we'll be utilizing are rolls. you do not have Three Dragon Ante trained as a game proficiency, so instead you'll be making ability checks raw based on the circumstances. If the circumstances allow for it to basically intermingle in the same space as playing cards, and you have playing cards as a proficiency, i.e., shuffling, riffling, counting cards, putting cards on top, etc., I will allow for that to be something you roll with playing cards instead of Three Dragon Ante. Make sense? Okay.
Yes.
Kirinel deals out a hand, and the hand that you have is sufficient, but not perfect. You have a winning hand on your person. The games are typically long, not a short affair. There's going to be a number of hands that are played before you're kind of dropped out of your currency. Winning on the first hand in a way that makes everybody remove their entire betting pool is not likely. So, my question to you for the first hand, this opening hand, how you wish to start. Do you wish to kind of start as big as you can, or are you just going to play it safe?
We're gonna play it safe on this one.
Okay.
Well, here's another thing: is I can open.
Question
up
was for
this-
Michael. Hold on.
Oh, sorry.
So,
Well, I mean, this is probably
No.
relevant for his knowledge as well.
no worries. Are you stacking the deck amidst the dealing to try and make it so he has a better hand than he would on random chance?
No, I don't need
Okay.
to stack.
So you're
I don't
playing
need to
by the
stack
rules,
the deck.
current?
As far as I understand them.
I retained that this is for Michael then. So the question I had for you was go big or go home or play it safe. You said play it safe. So you're going to go ahead and make a intelligence check. Okay. So on this
Nice.
opening hand, you manage to create a circumstance where 2 fold out and 1 stays in and loses a substantial amount of their current allotment. So you are effectively over 2 other individuals where everyone is over the 4th individual. Okay, so in the running, you're first, there are 2 places tied for second, and then there's 1 person who is definitely last. In that opening hand, a couple of things that you'll note that happen in your field of vision during that time. First off, you see a very strange woman wander past. He described her and showed a picture of her. And you'll also notice that this security guard here is just dead ass staring out the waterfall. Like, it very much just looks like he's like zonked out of his mind, staring out of the window. It's actually unnerving the more you look at him as you kind of finish this hand, because it very much looks like he's standing there and may not be alive.
Oh shit.
On the opposite side of that, Kirinel, during your dealings and the like, you'll notice that your security guard is twitching a lot. Like, he seems to be very nervous. He's kind of fidgeting, hopping from foot to foot, and seems to be very green. The one that's guarding the statue. Okay, and then
Like you? Or
you're not sure what his purposes are. He doesn't look young. It just looks like he is, for whatever reason, anxious.
yeah, just not very good at his job.
With that said, too, I want you to make an Arcana roll.
Oh, okay. Well, as soon as I finish this cigarette,
No worries, you succeed. So you'll notice that there is a field in this room, and that has been present throughout this space, but hasn't gotten up to a tangible level until now, in this round, that you're roughly aware of. As a charlatan, a mixer of, high society, doing your best to infiltrate here to there, you're aware of an item called a glossier stone. A glossier stone is typically brought to polite society functions to kind of create a sense of levity and enjoyment. Glossier stone creates a glossier field, and a glossier field basically creates a circumstance where everyone who is within the field is under the effects of a positive energy kind of effect. Similar to healing, but not as potent as healing. The glossier field is said to kind of create a sense of like youthful like vitality in people who have remained in it for a time, and it also, from what you understand, it can kind of help. What happened?
No,
Cat.
I'm listening.
Oh.
I'm
It's the
listening.
oxygen they pump into the casino.
Yeah, but you fell out of Zoom.
No.
Hold on.
Oh.
Not Joe.
I
Joe's
wa-
never been in Zoom.
Too ugly.
Well, who fell out then? I'm trying to see.
It was Chad.
Oh, you're right. Chad did fall out.
Of course I'm right.
Sorry, Chad.
What's happening?
I'll fix it. You don't have to go back in if you don't want to. If it helps your internet.
We just
Anyways, I'm sorry, you were saying?
Glossier field basically creates an effect that if anybody were to enter the dying condition while within the field, they would be stabilized automatically. It is a resuscitative field that makes people look more youthful and attractive. It's supposed to kind of create a kind of sense of like, you know, we're so beautiful and we're as beautiful as we can be. Does that make sense?
Yeah, so this was over the entire casino or just in one room?
It has been present in this casino the whole time, but you've only been made aware of it now when the field has kind of risen to its strength. That makes
Okay,
sense?
if that field is going on right now, why is that motherfucker getting so antsy?
Yeah, no idea. Okay. So,
Okay, and I can't leave the table because I'm actually in the middle of dealing a game.
interestingly enough,
True.
onto that point, round 2. So,
Ding.
I can telepathically communicate with Varric at will, so we can actually coordinate how he wants to go about winning these games. And I want him to do it that way because I want it to be convincing.
okay. So great. That's
Okay.
actually.
I want it to be me helping him win as opposed to like me winning for him.
So keep
That
in
makes
mind
sense.
the fact that you can't see their hands and you don't know what you're dealing them if you're playing the normal safe route changes very little from your perspective. Now, when it comes to like a very large gambit where you're kind of going into a situation where you're calling people cheaters or something to that effect, that's definitely a Varric needs to lead, and then you basically act as the neutral arbiter. So yeah, absolutely fine. But really, there isn't much you can do as like the dealer in this that will kind of, unless you're cheating, that will help Varric. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay. So for round 2, Varric, you get a very bad hand. It's a hand that most people would fold on. So you're very certain that if you play this hand, it is highly unlikely that you'll win unless you bluff it out. So, with that being said, you have the hand, you have the winning hand, you have 3 choices. You can play it as it is and try to bluff it out, which is a bit of a risky procedure. You can swap it for the winning hand, or you can fold, playing it safe. How would you like to proceed?
I'm actually gonna fold.
Okay. Playing it safe.
And
Go
are me
ahead.
and
Go ahead.
are me and Kernell still connected, like telepathically ongoing?
Yes.
I
Yeah.
want to kind of be relaying to you also, like, I need to make this. I need to get a little bit down as well, so that I can hit them with a big hand later.
Okay.
Okay.
Spreading it out and then playing it hard. Got it. So, cutting from you guys for a second, moving back to the fun duo. When you move up to the door doesn't activate for the employee card. Instead, you have to actually force it open. And I need to change the music. Hold on.
Perfect. Can I follow him back a ways?
So from when they were positioned, no guard was really looking at them. If you move across, I need you to make another perception check.
Perception. Okay, I'm gonna move across. I'll roll a perception right here. Okay, that's not trained, but let's roll good. 18, yes.
This guard is not moving. In addition to that, you'll notice that there appears to be a strange looking needle stuck in the back of his neck. From your perspective, low and kind of looking up at it, it looks like the needle is made out of lead, and it looks like it's been carved with intricate runes along the length of it. It's probably about that long, and it looks like it's about halfway embedded in his neck.
Oof. It's probably not acupuncture. So who am I in communication with?
Me.
Okay, I would say Valentine. I'm following you from back a ways at the distance, but I just saw by looking at one of the guards here that he's not moving and he has a dart in the back of his neck. So keep in mind there could be another party at force here. So just keep your eyes, especially if that woman looked really like out of place. So
did Valentine see the woman?
I don't think you did, but I described it to you. But yeah, be careful when you're in there. Watch out.
Now hold on a minute. Oh.
Do you pause for that?
Huh?
Do you pause for that conversation?
I'm gonna keep walking, but I'm be like, hold on a
straight
minute.
in front of you, and there's a mirror looking straight at you.
Oh yeah,
I'm invisible.
I'm just letting you know.
Oh yeah. Now hold on a minute. Is she hot?
So he does pause and start asking questions.
She is pretty hot, but that's beside the point.
I don't know.
It was a little too hot.
That's a pretty big point. I don't know. I'm gonna try to avoid her, but I'm here to do a mission. A job.
Right. Just be safe.
All right. I'm gonna let you know if anything happens.
Cool. I'm gonna stay right here then. Try to look.
There's also a mirror in this hallway, so be careful.
When you come to this space, you would see that to the north. Sorry, flash ping. You would notice that there is a door to your north, and on it there is a temporary sign that is hanging from the middle, like a nail implanted in the center, that says circus access only. Cards will not work.
Okay.
To the south, no sign, just a door.
Just a door. And nothing has that special red shit on it or turned off or anything like that.
This door doesn't appear to be an employee door. It's just a regular door.
The hell did she go?
If you open the door to the south and head through, you'll see that you're in a hallway. To the south, there are two doors immediately, and then just further down, there's another door.
Okay. I'm gonna go. There's supposed to be a door. From the map that we had, there's supposed to be a door here on the left.
Okay. Before you open it, as you move up to it, you hear a loud and then sounds like broken stone on the opposite side of the door.
That don't sound too good.
You pause for a second.
Or whispering what was that?
Lizard pops up.
He's gonna bring his coat up. I don't fucking know. I'm gonna go the other way, and then I'm gonna go down this way.
Where are you going? That's where the safe is. We need to go.
No, but isn't there another way?
The red mark.
No,
the
that's
red
the
mark.
security door on the other side.
The red mark is on the door.
On the other side of the security office.
So I'm gonna wait a couple seconds for everything to go silent, and then I'm gonna pop open the door a little bit.
Okay.
See what's going on.
You open the door and you see that there are a total of 5 desks. The desks each have mirrors set up on them, like vanities. Through the mirrors, you can see out from them different perspectives. Both of you roll a perception check, again, because Lizard is being kind of contained and moved as an object. You're making yours with disadvantage. Boxing.
I ain't good at math.
Oh.
Both of you, upon entering, see that on the leftmost desk, the mirror in present, you see for just a moment a blonde-headed woman that I showed the picture for already, with an iron-crowned iron greaves, holding a sword that disappears into her palm, walk past the mirror and turn right.
Towards us.
No, she's in this mirror.
She's going to the vault.
Oh, she in the fucking mirror.
You can see
that's so fucking creepy.
The
See her on the
security
security
guards
cameras.
are all cut at least once a piece. It looks like there's
Damn it.
blood kind of splattered in very long, kind of like just waves against the walls.
Mhm.
And as you're sitting there and like it's quiet, you hear kind of like a nasty as you watch the security guard who's kind of slopped against one of the desks. His intestines start to fall out of his disemboweled body.
Damn, that sucks. I'm gonna go open this door over here. I'm
Okay.
gonna try to leave. I'm like, if Copper tries to pop his head out, I'm gonna push him back into the pocket so he doesn't see anything.
Check my sensitive eyes. I already saw it. I already popped up.
Oh yeah, that's right. Sheet.
I saw it too.
You
You should probably tell Moro though.
Moro.
Got dead bodies.
You said you opened the door?
Killed. Yeah, and I'm
And now
telling
you're
Moro
telling
as I'm
Moro
doing it.
in your mind? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
She killed everybody. They all fucking dead. I don't know what happened.
Moro,
She disappeared into a mirror.
you make your way up, and you can
Yeah.
see that the door has been left ajar in the hallway. Do you wish to make your way into this hallway?
Yeah, I'll go in there.
Okay.
Can't let my guys get killed that easy.
I don't know what she was here for, but she killed everybody.
Moro, you get like signal Krungar. Like,
There's
Oh.
ass and guts all up
That's
in
a
this
good point.
place. I don't like it.
Do you move in?
Is
In guts.
Is there
Yeah,
any
I got it.
way I could signal Krungar before I go in there? Like, is
Yeah.
he at the bar? He's not at the bar anymore. But
Yeah, he
He's
is.
been watching.
I would.
Been watching.
I would wave to you, like basically the "come here" wave.
Krungar, I need you to make a deception check because you are moving away from the bar and moving away from the security guard who's near there and trying to do it in such a way that you're just kind of like, don't pay attention to where I'm going. Or you can just walk over there and you will get like kind of noticed. Perfect. You kind of go, well, it's been fun drinking, and or whatever you want to say. Go ahead.
Yeah,
Give me
that's
the spiel. I gotta go.
it's been fun drinking.
And you move over to the door. It looks like no
Right.
one's really paying attention to you in the process. You're able to kind of quickly gain access. The only thing that would see you, and you're not sure whether it's a worry or not, is the mirror. But you were told to do what you were told to do, and you're doing it. Go ahead and enter into that space. You come around the corner, Sebastian, and about 50 or 55 feet or so down this long corridor stands the woman. Her hands are to her sides, and she just kind of stopped in place.
Hide.
I'm gonna kind of like,
I don't know.
even though I know I'm invisible, I'm gonna kind of hide right here on this corner.
You're not moving up?
He's gonna
Not
go,
yet.
he's gonna go all detective up against the wall, peeking out.
I want to see what she does.
Okay.
All right, she in the corridor. I think she going to the vault. I don't fucking know. She didn't
Mora,
disappear into the mirror.
you make your way through. You see that the door on the right side seems to be ajar. Krungar, before you go in, make a perception check.
Come on, Krungar.
Okay. You enter in without noticing anything untoward. And you make your way after Mora, who you see like the small little feet kind of kicking through the door. You very quickly dash across the way. Sebastian, you're watching her from behind. She is holding there for a while. It looks like she's kind of looking around and thinking. You're not sure what she's doing.
I could attempt to sneak by her, but like, if she's going to the vault, should let her open up that door.
Okay.
But
So
like,
you-
what if we're not here for the same thing? What if we're here for different things? And she
You
could help us?
pause and you wait. Moro, you enter into the horror show that is the security room. I think I described it well enough, but just
Oh,
imagine
shit.
imagine
Yeah.
that it is the scene of the massacre of 3 men who died in less than 10 seconds.
Yep.
And you
They're
can see
Minutemen.
that beyond them, you can see in the mirror here. Oh no, you can't see anything because they're still invisible. So you make your way into the next door, or are you holding here until Krungar catches up?
I'm gonna hold there until Krungar catches up.
Krungar catches up. Once there, I'll explain the next beat for her. She stepped a couple steps forward. Her right hand starts to glow kind of purple, and she pushes it forward. And you watch as magic kind of dissipates against the vault, and she kind of lowers her hand, seems to kind of shrug her head off to the side in kind of annoyance. Okay. Krungar and Mora will be entering into the scene in the next beat. We'll get to that in a moment. Go ahead, Chad.
I was gonna say, how much of that does Kiernail know is going on?
Unless someone told you specifically, which I don't think anyone said they did. None of it. So we go to the third hand for this game. What you'll notice is that the other game seems to be very loud and boisterous, and it seems even at this third hand, Whip Walsh is winning very large. Like he's about to walk away with the whole pot, which is concerning because you need 4 players for the last round, and if he walks away with the whole pot, 2 players will have then, or 3 players will have to come from your table instead. So, Kiernail, you deal the next hand. Any chicanery? I'll take your silence
Well,
as a no.
how would I mean, what would I want? Hold on a second.
You're a Magic player. Don't ask questions like that.
Yeah.
You know the answer.
What would I want to do to sort of, I guess, like, counteract to that? Or what can I do to sort of counteract that from this table?
Sure, you know what the good cards are. Just make the shuffle very, very stunted towards power at the top.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But, like, if I encourage Varric to win more money, will that help counteract whatever negative imbalance
You
that
mean, like,
other guy
Hype
at the
Man
other table
style?
is having on?
No, like, that table's
No, I'm
probably...
just trying to figure out.
Let me explain it again, because I don't think it came off completely clear. If 3 people get knocked out at that table, and only 1 person gets knocked out here, they're going to just use those 4 people for the last round of the tournament.
Is it so? Wait, John. I think I know the question here. Is it basically timed? Like, if they get knocked out and they're out of money while we're still playing, is that how that works? Like,
No.
that person just goes on and.
Once there are only 4 players left at both tables combined, the round ends. So, if 3 people get knocked out all at once, and then 3 people get knocked out all at once on your table, there will only be 2 people. If that's simultaneous losing. But if it's not simultaneous losing, it's staggered, then the 4 players for the last round of the tournament will be kind of like locked in. Typically in games like this, double people getting knocked out at the same time is not common.
So within the same hand, because we're all being dealt hand 3, and so
Yes.
if multiple people get knocked out in the same round,
Yeah.
it could end up with only 2 people. Okay,
From what it sounds like, from their belly aching, it sounds like Whip Walsh is about to win this hand and knock 3 people out. Or maybe he's bluffing.
So I need a strong hand this round, basically, because I want to at least knock 1 out.
That is a good assessment. So with that, you are not doing. You're trying to make this a stronger flop to the top, right?
Here, I'll tell you what.
Go ahead and make a playing cards roll, Chad.
Okay. I don't have playing cards trained, so is that just
Then
intelligence?
you're just going to make a dexterity check.
What about sleight of hand?
Won't help you.
Okay. Straight up dexterity. Let's go.
Okay.
Yep.
So you rolled
Yes,
twice. The first one was a 5.
Oh.
Okay. So while you're doing it, you kind of fumble the cards and don't get the success that you want because you're obviously pulling back from it. But it definitely draws some eyes from the rest of the group. Like, they're like, whoa, who is this guy? What the fuck is he doing? Like, your shuffle is terrible. That said, you deal random, which means that, Varric, on your side, you get another bad hand. Same questions I asked you last time. Bluff it,
I'm gonna be using the strong hand.
sleight of hand for you. Now, the reason why it's sleight of hand for you and not for Kiernail, sleight of hand is typically like moving objects on your person. You're trying to move objects inside of the deck, which means you need to be proficient with shuffling.
I got
There's
you.
a very different circumstance to palming and moving cards versus the like. You very carefully, obviously you're not wearing a shirt, you very carefully kind of draw the hand in close to yourself and swap it for the hand that's inside of your small little band that goes around your chest, tucked into a scale and kind of neatly placed there. You have a winning hand. You have both the both of the dragon gods and the the like. So for this hand, what you can do here, now that you are aware you are going to win, is you can try and bluff the individuals that are with you into betting more. You can also just go with it and win it outright. If you want to put as much as you can into the pot, what I need you to do is make a deception check. If you had Dragon Ante trained, you would add your proficiency with Dragon Ante to the roll as well. But you don't, so it'll just be deception.
Does this game have the multiple rounds of betting like other games do?
That's
like
exactly right. Yeah, that's what's happening
Okay.
here.
I could try to like
Bait as much out as you can. And that's what this bluffing here is for.
So you said roll for what for that?
Deception.
Deception. Okay.
Okay. So ultimately, do you have inspiration at all or no?
No.
Anybody?
I do.
Do you want to burn it for this roll or let him have it?
Will this make a difference?
He's rolled a
sure.
1.
Yeah, sure. You can
Roll
have
it
mine.
again, Michael. Okay.
Okay.
So you managed to sufficiently put Nightshade, who thinks they know you, into a position where they're betting hard in. Like they are on board. They think you're lying because you were lying the last time that you got into an engagement like that. Ruthie bets a bit, but has already been at a loss throughout the game, and she will bow out kind of before it gets too rich for her blood. And lastly, Jetta apparently got dealt complete garbage by the shit shuffle and has been complaining about it the entire round and dropped out soon after anteing up. So you, on the flop, drop the winning hand. Nightshade went all in. You now have all of Nightshade's money, all of your money, a bit of Ruthie's money, and a very little bit of Jetta's money. Nightshade will get up from the table angrily and move away.
Better luck next time, buddy.
On the opposite side of the table, you'll watch as Whip Walsh gets up and says, "Well, you can't win them all," and fucking just walks out. Apparently, the people were just mumbling and grumbling about something that was not fortuitous to come, and circumstances as they stood, he got called on his bullshit.
As this guy who got up angrily from my table, gets up and leaves, Kiernail, in the guise of shit, I forgot my own name.
Oh, your fake name.
Yeah,
It's
my
got
fake
you
name.
too.
You know, the best trait
Too
for
many
a liar
personas.
is a short memory.
Up.
Get caught in your own web of lies.
Yeah. That'll
Yeah,
happen.
all right.
Look at your name tag.
Right. I thought I had it written. Did I?
Gain inspiration.
Arnis Vacuole.
Because that's actually, not only is that funny as hell, that's actually good advice. Look at your name tag. You do have a name tag.
It's Arnis Vacuole.
Oh, yes.
The
So,
great artist.
Arnis is going to look like dismayed and kind of shocked and alarmed. And then he walks over to this guard and he says,
Probably loud. Go ahead.
that guy just stormed out of here. He said he wasn't happy with the way I shuffled, and I will admit, it's not the best shuffle I've ever had. It happens to everybody. But there's no need for him to get that upset about it. He said he was going to come back and stab me.
You said it's a security guard?
Yeah, I said that to the guard right here.
Okay. He says, unfortunately, I got to hold my position here. Go and check with Carrie. He should be willing to do it. And he points kind of out towards the door. And you can see that Carrie is standing outside.
Yeah, here's the thing. The guy who said he was going to stab me is over there.
If he comes in here to do it, I'll stop him. Don't worry. But I can't leave my post unless it's an immediate danger. I'm sorry. He says your character's name. Not Kierno, but the one.
At first, Kernell's looking like a little put off by this sort of flumpy excuse from this guy. So he looks like he's gonna just like suck it up and like walk away, and then he does like a double take and he says, "Are you all right? You don't look too good."
Well, I'm fine. It's just make an Arcana check. Okay.
Come on, man.
So there's just something off, but he kind of says, "It's none of your business. Go back to your job. Get back to your duty before I get fucking
Quentin.
Before I stab you."
Quentin. Quentin, I know. Before I get Quentin.
Quentin.
All right, man. All right. Fine.
Quentin.
Quentin.
Quentin. For the next round, I would like for you to go ahead and just assume that this is a winning round, but what I want from you is a charisma check.
Charisma.
From who? Me?
Me.
From Varric. Varric, sorry.
Okay.
Very.
Yeah.
I'll pass that
Riz.
too. I gotcha.
If he
Let's
puts on
see.
sunglasses, does he get like a +2 bonus?
Well,
So,
you know,
Damn.
with what's happening in the game, what you're immediately realizing is Jetta and Ruthie do not like you. They seem to be very mad about the winning hand that you got. And then once this fourth round concludes with you winning very handedly, they seem to be very frustrated by you. And it looks like they're just not happy with the circumstances as they stand. I'll leave it there unless you want to add anything, Michael or Chad, to that last fourth round.
As long as Varric wins.
Yeah.
I
Derek
can't
seems to
even
be
use
doing
my lucky feet for you.
So,
Sorry, but
back inside, Moro, you enter into the space, wait for Krungar. Krungar, you enter into the space. Krungar, it's been described a couple times, but I just want to make sure you understand what you're walking into. Graphic horror, blood all over the walls, security guards very dead.
Yeah.
Well, I would look at Krungar and say, "It looks like we're in the shit now." So I'm gonna bless you. This is what I'm gonna do to you. I'm gonna
Hold up.
you're gonna
concentrating.
drop
You're concentrating on this still.
invisibility.
No. It's a blessing, so it's not concentration. But check this shit out, man. Blessing of the Trickster.
Okay.
As a magic action, which I don't know what a magic action is, so it might be a bonus action. You can choose
No.
yourself or a
Magic
creature
actions
within
are just
30
actions
feet.
that are magical in nature.
All right.
It's a descriptor in the
So
game.
I would imagine Krungar has had this happen to him before. But what it does is I basically gave you advantage on stealth, which is good because what I'm going to do, I can hide behind a taller person. I'm going to have you go first and kind of stealth to follow, and all stealth too. But this way you'll have advantage. So,
all right.
Oh, sneaky mode.
sneaky mode. We're going into, and the best part is I can hide behind a person larger than me, so I could just have you sneak and I'll follow you.
I would like for Krungar and Moro to both make stealth checks as you enter into the space.
Let's do it. We're the stealth team. Stealth Team 6.
This is hilarious.
Holy shit! I rolled really bad.
Apparently, fucking not.
So, as you walk through, Sebastian,
Luckily,
what you
you're
see is the woman turn
sneaky.
around after kind of like turning her ear towards the door, turn around, cross her arms, and start tapping her foot, waiting.
Oh,
Oh, shit. I think she knows we're here.
Krungar and Moro, do you continue to proceed? Again, you don't. I mean, Moro's being kind of loud, like tripping over stuff or whatever, but you're not sure whether or not advancing is going to be. You don't know if there's going to be any problems at
right.
current,
Can we
especially
see her?
Krungar.
Can we see them?
Unless
yet?
you come around the corner, you don't see them; they're
But-
invisible.
We're invisible.
I'm gonna like
I
say,
hear you, though.
You
Krunkar,
can still communicate to him.
peek around the corner. Just be careful.
And that's what got you
More.
caught out. That was the thing that killed your stealth. Got it. That's
God
perfect.
damn it. Mora, we hear you.
I was whispering.
Pause for a second. Do you
I
say
do
that,
peek.
Valentine, out loud, or are you doing it in the mind?
I'm doing it in the mind. I'm like, Mora, we hear you. Everyone in this hallway hears you.
Okay, good. Stay hidden.
Not good.
It's not. Do we see the woman yet? We don't want to get the killing
No,
machine on us.
She's looking this way.
Here now.
She's looking at
Here
us.
now would Randy hear that as well.
Pretty sure
What?
what?
Just like your telepathic.
No, they're
connection.
doing so through the telepathic connection that was aligned by
It's on me.
Valentine. Yeah,
Yeah, but it's not like
it's one-way
Yeah, but
connection.
he
it's,
yeah.
it's not a group chat.
no. It's
Well,
I
he
can
made one of
choose.
those. Oh, okay. So he just has multiple of them.
Yeah, you can
Yeah.
do it with as many people as his proficiency, so you can do it with 2 people.
Interesting. Okay.
He's got
I
2-way call. Like I can connect to you or you, but not both.
Got you.
I don't know if she's here, but I don't know if she knows that I'm here, but she knows that you're here, Moro.
All right, we'll wait here. Scream if you need anything.
All right.
She continues to just stand there tapping her foot.
This is out loud. Mon cher,
You see her kind of like
what you here for?
start moving her head side to side, and then her eyes kind of focus in, and you're invisible. But you know that feeling when someone looks you dead ass in the eyes,
Yeah.
and you know they're looking right into your eye holes. They're staring right through the windows of your soul, and they can
Mhm.
see into you. That happens with you.
All right.
She pauses. She looks at you, and from her hands crossed, she puts her hand up like this and like that. Valentine, you feel like you are being pulled towards
shit.
her. I need you to make a strength saving throw.
Okay. Hold on. I just gotta check something real quick. Shit. Batman's history. Is it there? No. Powerful build. Check. Nope, just the grapple condition. Okay. You said athletics? Or
Strength
straight?
saving throw.
Okay. Okay.
Copper, you can make a dexterity saving throw if you wish to abandon him.
Push to abandon.
You son of a bitch.
I'll explain. So I'll explain after you decide whether or not you're leaving him or not. upon him being-
I'm in his coat, so there's no leaving him. I'm for the ride.
Last call. I'm giving you the freedom to drop out of his pocket if you wish to.
Huh?
Okay, yeah.
Do it.
Drop him. All right. Saving throws.
Okay. You drop.
How do I do a saving throw?
You click on the dexterity saving throw button. It should click it out.
Yeah, you gotta click on
Click it
saving
once and let it
throws.
sit for a second and maybe kind of tremble into.
It's at the top next to your name.
Mhm.
Where it says abilities, saving throws, senses, and profs and langs.
Oh, there we go.
Okay.
What's that?
So you wouldn't have had a disadvantage, so you're out. Krungar and Moro, you see the outline of a person appear for a second and then rocket out of your vision. For you, Valentine, you feel like you're being drawn by an irresistible force at speeds that are as fast as like an auto carriage, straight
Yeah.
past her as she moves her
Wow.
fingers, and then the last thing that you see before you black out is the vault door,
So
like point blank.
before I hit the vault door,
Okay.
Can I do Cloud Giant's
Is it a
jump?
reaction?
No.
Then no.
Yet. Okay.
For you watching, Copper, as you manifest into, like, outside of invisible status, you watch Sebastian move like a rocket, slamming into the door and piercing right through it as the vault door is pushed off of its hinges by his body. Valentine, I think it's absolutely unnecessary for me to tell you you're at 0 hit points and unconscious.
That's okay.
Yeah.
That's okay. I deserve it.
Typical Jonah.
However, you are not dying because the Glossier field takes hold and seals your wounds. After
Okay.
the giant passes through the wall, who's still invisible, mind you, because you're not the one concentrating on the spell, you watch as she kind of like
Perfect.
smiles, like a very diabolical smirk, turns around and starts walking towards the open vault door. What do you do? Copper in response, Krungar in response, or Moro in response?
As a free action, can I just say
Oh,
tomorrow?
You're like,
Here you are, unconscious.
Yeah.
there's no level of conscious. There's no,
What buzz hit me?
I'll just, if it's joking, fine. Go ahead. Say the thing you were gonna say.
I'm just gonna be like, she's an asshole.
That's fair.
Boom.
Pass out.
More than fair.
She's an ass. Take it back. She's not hot.
I would look very confused at Moro, like, what the fuck just happened?
Yeah. And then I guess I have no telepathic communication with Krungar, right?
All right.
All right.
I would have to whisper to him, not
I
like
think-
old man whisper, but like real operation
it-
whisper.
Does it go away after I die? Or if it get knocked
What,
out?
You
invisibility?
die.
No, you're not the one concentrating on it.
No, you're still an
Yeah.
object that's
No.
invisible.
My
Oh, your
So
communication?
you tried to have a conversation with this woman, and she flung you into the vault door like a sack of potatoes.
she really did.
She used you as a battering.
She used it as a battering ram.
Oh boy, I'm
This
wondering.
damn door won't open. Hey,
I think maybe I should try to talk to her though. I hate to say it, but
did you not just see what happened to him?
yeah,
Okay.
is she still
Hold on.
there?
I'd like to
Hold on, pause
think
for a
that
second.
it, like,
Pause for a second, everyone. I just want to make sure that we're clear on like the pacing here, because it does sound like there is something that's happening that I need to track. Okay, so I apologize for pausing it. Okay, what's happening is Moro and the lizard who can't talk and Krungar.
I can't talk.
Oh, can lizards, can they talk?
Yeah, I can talk
Like
about
the
shit
gecko.
now.
Oh,
Like
cool.
the Geico gecko.
Well, I love that. That's great.
That's creepy.
I love it. So
Little lizard. Hey!
I prefer it. So Moro and the lizard are arguing while Krungar is there kind of listening to the two of them. I want to make sure I understand, though. Are you not following up after Sebastian and you're just waiting there? Or are you actually trying to move up after Sebastian and the woman who just used Sebastian as a ragdoll?
Yeah, I would probably try to.
I'll
approach it.
save him. I'm running up on the wall.
Okay. As you approach, you hear a sound that sounds like metal shearing through bone. You hear it 3 more times, and then you hear a loud sound that sounds like someone just tossing a bag of bones onto a stone floor.
Oh shit!
I didn't see any.
As
of
you
it.
get up to the door, you'll approach and you'll enter into the space, if you are moving up after them, to see
Yeah.
her pulling a statue off of a shelf, turning and looking over to you. As you see the statue she's holding in her hand, it is an exact identical copy of the statue that is outside on display in the front chamber. We'll pause there, and we'll cut back to the outside.
Shit, guys, that's not good.
Kiernail, hand 5. Looking at the situation before you get to it, do you wish to go and address the other security guard to see if they will move on Nightshade regarding the threat? Or is it your preference just to kind of try and get the one out in that way? They're probably not going to leave with this many people present.
That's fair. Yeah, like my goal was just to somehow to try and distract that particular guard.
Okay.
Um,
Well, I'll give you the benefit of the doubt here. Go ahead and make me a persuasion roll, because I did kind of push back. It was kind of a strange request. I'm gonna give you a chance here. Persuasion roll. Okay, that's
25.
really fucking strong. So what ends up happening is you kind of come back to the table, stop for a second, and that nightshade person kind of reappears, and you're like, "This is my chance." You walk back over, and it's like, "He's right there. Can you please get him?" And he will walk over that way. So you would be standing next to him before he moves. But yeah, what would you like to do when you have access to the statue without problem? Every eye in the room besides yours is looked over that way, as there's now kind of accosting happening outside.
So literally nobody has nobody's looking at me,
You
right?
have free reign. What are you doing?
Okay, cool. I want to swipe the statue and then cast Disguise Self on myself and turn myself into a guard.
Okay. And then you
And I'm
are,
gonna like stash the statue on myself.
before you turn into yourself into something else. Got it. Okay.
It's basically like snatch the statue and then as I turn around and tuck it away, turn myself into a guard.
This is very important. I need to know what you do immediately after that.
Immediately after that, I walk right out of the room, right up next to them in the guise of a guard. And I just say, "What the hell's going on here?"
And then he goes, "Oh, I didn't see you walk up." And then he takes a look at you and he's like, "Make a disguise kit check, because you would have been cognizant of this. This would have been something you would be thinking about."
Yeah. Oh yeah, the horns and shit.
Not just that.
Ability use charisma.
Yes. Okay.
12.
He's like, "Who are you?" "Oh, well, that's not terribly important. This guy's causing problems for the dealer in there." And he kind of points over his shoulder without looking to a space that's now occupied by a silhouette of your character, but with like cut out lines and a question mark in the center. It's like blink, 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 blink.
Yeah, it's just like a dotted line with
Yeah.
like a blinking question mark in the middle.
100%. So, in this altercation, he seems to take charge, not knowing you, and it looks like him and this guy are kind of like at ends. Do you wish to stay here and continue the altercation with the other guard, or do you wish to take this chance to move southbound down?
I mean, if he looks like he's
yeah.
he's not concerning himself with me at all, then yeah, I'm gonna fucking move. But
Okay.
I will telepathically say to Varric as I move around the corner, "Hey, that other guard, that's me. I've got the statue. Let's get the fuck out of here." And then as I move through the room, I'm going to try to visually make contact with somebody else from the other.
You'll
half
notice
of
that
this.
Krun, Moro are no longer in the open seating, and you cannot get eyes on Valentine. Did you have a connection with them at any point?
My Valentine was my connection.
You would notice as you're thinking about it and actually cognizant of it, that link is severed. This only happens if they enter into an anti-magic field or they die.
Oh shit!
Has to be anti.
Yeah, like I was gonna say earlier, I like to imagine that because of that field over the casino, he basically got like mangled beyond death, and then it's like, no, but you're not gonna die. You're gonna be you're still alive.
Yeah.
Especially like the guards out front, they just got eviscerated. They're dead. They're done.
Do you continue moving to the exit, or do you?
I guess I will. I will continue moving towards the exit, but I guess as I move away from this particular encounter, I'm going to kind of slow down and
pace
try
yourself. Look normal.
Figure out what's going on.
Okay.
But I will say to Varric before I move around the corner and out of sight. I don't know what happened to Valentine. His link went dead. I don't know where everybody else is.
You say it to who?
Varric, that I have a connection with.
Got it. Moro, do you enter into the space?
Which space?
The vault.
The killing field. I think I might poke my head close to it.
The lizard pops in. Krungar, do you rush in?
Well, I was more of a stick my head in, like,
Yeah.
I'm
I said,
a little bitty, like, look around.
There's a big skeleton in there with horns.
Yeah, that we're going to describe if you walk in.
I'm looking in, but
Okay. If you look in, you'll see a bunch of bones of a minotaur laying on the ground. You will not see a minotaur skeleton standing there.
okay.
Oh, she killed this guy. Who's the
Right.
guard? Oh god.
I want to move forward and cast heal or cure wounds on Valentine.
Okay, you move in over her, or over him, and you would see her, as I described. In one hand, she's wielding a sword. The sword guard of which looks like it's made out of blood red, moving, fleshy fingers. And in the center of that guard is an eye that keeps blinking. In her other hand, she's holding a statue. The statue looks identical to the statue that is outside on display for the tournament winnings. She looks over towards you, annoyed, and starts walking towards the door. You see her as she's doing so, the sword she flicks off to the side and then moves up in a kind of martial pose. Actually, it's not like close to the face, it's kind of like her hands off and out to the side, and she's pointing the blade at you. Like she's holding the hand outwards and kind of like, almost like her arm is a wing, and she's pointing the blade at you.
I would put my hands up and be like, I come in peace, as my uncle Gamwich would say. I'm just here to help this invisible guy. And I would move over here and like put my hands on, try to find his invisible body to heal him.
Okay.
So let me see.
Krungar, do you enter into the space?
Yeah.
You see
but I
her.
would be
She.
following Moro's lead. I would also put my hands up.
Do you
Yeah,
move
I
away
don't-
from the door to block her path? Or move away
Yeah.
from blocking her path?
Absolutely.
She will look at you sternly, and as she passes by you, you hear a sick, nasty slurping sound as the sword disappears back into her palm.
That's not
And then
good.
she will continue walking down the hallway without any care or concern for any of you.
I would
Moro,
look at-
you're very
I would look
able to cure him with 18 healing.
Oh shit! Well, we're low level, aren't we? So do you even have that many?
Yeah.
You're
Yeah.
third level. You're fine.
Third-
Like
okay.
30 something.
That's good. And that's good. I'm glad I healed you a lot then.
I gotta fix
would
this.
say-
Overheal. Super heal.
I would say, I guess we're just getting the 5,000 gold now. The statue is leaving, and I don't think we could stop her. She was making minced meat out of everybody.
So, if you wish to raid the lot here, and you wish to do so, I need to ask you 3 questions. Question the first: do you do so quickly, thoroughly, or somewhere in between? That's question number 1.
I would
Thoroughly
say-
will take time.
Yeah.
Not so thoroughly, but thoroughly will take less time. And quickly means you're going to do what you need to do to get as much as you can in a very short order of business, keeping in mind the situation that you currently are standing in.
Right. My preference would be to do it quickly but thoroughly, which is kind of in the middle there. Not
So you're
too-
going for the middle. Okay.
Yeah.
Does anybody else wish to interject their opinions on the matter?
I think we should do thoroughly because there's no one in the security room.
Boss, I
Right.
really
And
think we
then-
should get out of here.
Quentin and his
Yeah.
2 security
Alright.
guards are outside. You are aware of that. And that you know that they're barb devils. Or spine devils. So again, they may be outside of your ability to fight.
Right. We might want to get in and out quick here. I mean, that's what I'm going to say. But if you guys are like, I'm going to take.
Let's get to the point. We're gonna start. We're gonna start with quickly, okay, and then we'll move to quickly but thoroughly, depending on like environmental effects. You
Sounds
managed to get in the very first bit, if you're just going for gold and gathering it, 500 gold pieces for Moro, 1,000 gold pieces for Sebastian. Copper, you'll have to drop your wild shape.
Yeah, I'm dropping wild shape. So.
And if you're utilizing the bag of holding, we discussed 250 pounds or gold pieces to Gold pieces weight calculator.
I think we could easily hold like 7,000 pounds in the bag, or 7,000 gold in the bag.
Yeah, something like that. It was a lot.
So you would be very capable of getting 5,000 gold pieces in that
Yeah, it's 100.
first beat, because all you're doing is just dragging money into the bag. Whereas everyone else is finding places on their person to kind of put it, they're not able to get as much loot. So like I said, 500 for Moro, 1,000 for Sebastian, 1,000 for Krungar,
Wait, who had the other bag?
and 5,000 for the bag. The
I have
other bag
bad.
and it's got a shit ton of weapons. You're not using it for carrying.
Okay, so we got 7,500 total.
Right. So that is
pretty good.
that
Let's
is
go
just
now.
for the initial like loot and grab. Do you wish to leave or remain?
Does it sound like anyone's freaking out?
I'm asking you
somehow?
a question. You have to answer it based on no facts or information, because you are inside of a vault. Whether or not alarms are happening or anything like that is going on, you would not be aware, because that long hallway is not granting much credence to what's
Yeah,
going on
Krungar's
outside.
freaking out. I
We need
keep
to
saying
get
I
out.
think we should get out of here.
Krungar says we should leave.
Yeah, I agree. I
Moro
think
says we should leave.
or we
How
could
about-
Copper's out
Copper
as well.
agrees with him. He's gonna
Valentine,
grab
are you
one
out?
more little
Yeah.
handful on the
I'm
way.
gonna go-
Bounty's still invisible.
So we'll
I want
assume
more.
again. We'll assume that the last handful is going to be for that last amount towards the amount that we've already set, 7,500.
I want more.
You are remaining. Is everyone else leaving without Valentine? Or are you letting his determination sway you? You can also force him to leave.
Is
Or
Valentine
you
still
can cast
invisible?
invisibility on him again. Oh,
He's invisible.
Is he
already.
still invisible?
It hasn't been dropped, the concentration, but the problem is you
Yeah.
wouldn't have been able to heal him because you wouldn't know where he's at. Typically, you would be able to see blood leaving. Typically, you'd be able to see blood leaving a person if it leaves the person. But if they're laying in a pool of their own demise, all the blood's invisible.
Right, that's fair. That's fair. I would say I would drop it then. So now you're not invisible.
If you wish to waste another second level spell, you can. And when I say
If you
waste,
do-
I mean waste.
I already wasted it on healing him. So
Okay. Now, I want to say, too, Moro, before you make a decision to cast invisibility and leave him here to do what he wants, make a religion check.
make a religion check. Sweet religion. I'm like, well,
I have a question.
Spine devils,
25.
like other demons, have true
Yeah.
sight. So
Well,
that's
if you wish to
whack.
leave Valentine around, you can. Devil, like other devils, I mean. I'm sorry. I think I said.
Wow.
Oh fuck!
I do know what I
Oh,
want to
fuck,
cast though.
no.
This is what I'm going to cast.
Oh,
I'm gonna
no,
cast the
little
guy
pig.
itself right now. It's so that I don't look like a halfling anymore. I look like a foot taller, small human
Okay.
Okay.
myself.
You gather up the 7,500 as described. You talk Sebastian very quickly into, we need to get the fuck out of here. They can see you even if I turn you invisible. We gotta go. Valentine, reluctantly,
There you go.
The money.
looking at it, you feel like you got the lion's share of the coin. You exit out, and as you make your way back into the horror show that is the security hall, once you enter into that space, you start hearing a lot of loudness coming from to the south of you and coming from the hallway. I'm going to pause there to explain to the others what is happening. The security
Where did-
guard that's talking with Nightshade Barrack as that is currently happening, you see them kind of bantering a bit, and then you see a very beautiful blonde woman walk up behind that guard. Or, yeah, they're kind of positioned wrong. Nightshade should be here. But walk up behind that guard, and Kernel, you've already made your way southbound and down as you described, so you don't see this.
Oh yeah.
She walks up behind him and just slaps him on the back of the neck, and he stops moving. And then Nightshade looks at her very like, what? And then she kind of reaches her hand up, and he falls to the ground, just crumbles and buckles. She then walks towards the waterfall and just vanishes out the door, or out the window.
Fuck.
This seems to raise like a bit of concern with all of the people who are watching. They all look over to where the statue is, and they're like, where'd it go? And everyone seems to be kind of pointing their fingers at nobody in the room. It seems like you are in the trust circle at current, Varric, as the gamblers start to become very dismayed at the current events. What would you like to do?
Immediately, I would want to say, did she just take that statue?
She had to have, says Jeddah, and Ruthie's like, I don't fucking like you, but this isn't right. Even if you would have won, you should have gotten it fair and square. So you start kind of like ingratiating yourself with the gamblers. Is that fair to say?
Yes, and yeah.
Kirnell, you make your way out towards the docks. You would see that the attendants are all kind of moving in towards a center location where Quentin and the security guards have started to form a mob. They are saying things like, she's here. We have to hurry out. Quickly.
Ooh.
It seems like they're very determined and focused. A lot of the patrons are concerned and confused that are close to them, but nobody's really paying attention to the docks proper. You're able to get over to them if that is your goal, and you're able to get to ropes and secure yourself on the boat if you'd like. You could also decide not to take the safe route and escape, because he's not going to leave with you. He only leaves with Moro. But you can secure your position on the boat so that when they leave, you're ready to go. Or you can stupidly drop off the statue there and then go back inside and re-engage. Your call.
Yeah, I'm just trying to assume to see what I would do. I guess so. Is there somewhere on the boat I could stash the statue?
Yeah.
Okay, definitely.
But again, whether or not you can trust ropes to leave it without or stay here without you, I mean, again, you don't know.
Yeah,
and also, there might be people who assert ropes and take his boat while you're not here. So if you want to stay and secure the statue, that will be you doing that. I'm just saying, if you leave it behind, there are things that might happen.
That's what I will do. And actually, I'm gonna wait about 5 minutes to see if anybody makes contact with me. And while I'm waiting at the boat with ropes, I'm going to use disguise self to make myself look like Krungar, and I'm just going to be out there looking as mean as fuck.
Okay. So after your haul, your very short haul, you get back to the security room, and that's where you start to hear the noises that I mentioned.
I have a question, DM.
Go ahead.
I have powerful build. Would I be able to carry both Copper and Moro and then just teleport myself the fuck out of there?
No.
Damn. What about Dash?
Because your teleport very specifically says you. It does not say other people.
That's fair. What if I dash?
You would be moving at half speed, which would then utilize no benefit because they're able to dash on their own.
Okay.
When you make it to the security room, you hear sounds of conflict to the north of you. It's very quick, it's very sudden. Your presumption is that you're following on the tail of the woman again, and she's done something very tragic. Are you exiting out the way you came in, or do you wish to make your way south to make it closer to the boat?
South.
Okay. You would see that the door to the north is still ajar, and all across the floor in front of it, there's a large swath of blood. Your presumption is that something happened in the hallway to the north. You head south from where you're located. You make your way around the bend, and then you move up to the door. The door requires employee keycard access.
Which I got.
Perfect. When you get to that position, before we open it, from your position on the boat, you would see that the security detail, everybody basically who fucking works here, has moved north and is heading towards the waterfall as that engagement happens, right? And you would see the aftermath of it from a distance. You don't know where Varric is located, Kirnell. Last time you saw him, he was in the tournament room.
Right.
But something happened very suddenly, and now everybody's heading over there. You open the door, Sebastian, and upon doing so, you would see that the coast appears to be clear. There's like one dealer in the hall and like a bunch of confused patrons. It looks like you have a clear shot straight to the boat. Do you wish to take it?
I'm gonna just dash twice.
All four of you who are currently moving, if you're following Sebastian, need to make a stealth check. If you are dashing, you're doing so with disadvantage.
Yeah.
Krungar, you get advantage still on
So
stealth.
it'll neutral out.
Or neutralize out because we're running.
Oh, sorry.
It's okay. 10's good.
Stealth.
Alright, so I got 105.
6 is not great.
Sure
I
is.
was muted. I was muted. I was trying to say, can I cast Pass Without a Trace first?
Yes, absolutely. So plus
I'm
10.
good with that.
We got
So everyone
advantage.
got plus 10 to that.
Or plus 10. Okay. I thought we have advantage too. No, I guess we don't.
I have advantage,
Sebastian, go ahead and roll.
but it's
It's
21.
Okay. So 31.
Nice.
Okay, so the three of you move very quickly, kind of just in shadow, looking like, a strange blur that moves across the space, and you head to the boat. Once you get onto the boat, you have communication with Varric and any mental method.
No.
Chad?
It depends on how much time has passed.
Literally like a minute and a half.
Okay, then we would still have mental.
Yeah, like, because
Connection.
yours lasts for like hours, right?
No, mine only lasts for a few minutes.
Oh, you have to react.
Mine.
So then I would say
Mine
that
were
because
hours.
you were doing it during the tournament, during the actual card gaming, it would be over by this time. Because it's minutes long. Sorry. I have to wait.
That's fine. But I mean, I can use it. I can use it at will as many times as I
Can you
want.
just do it to Varric just because you're aware of his existence, or do you have to be to initiate it? Do you have to be within range of them?
Yes,
do
to
it.
initiate it.
Yeah.
Initiate it. I have to be within 30 feet, and then it
So
lasts for a number of minutes. I think equal to
But-
my.
What I'll
wisdom
stress
mod.
here is because of the current positioning, you are on the boat. Varric is not on the boat. You do not have a means of communicating with Varric.
But he
I-
did tell Varric, I got the statue, get the fuck out before he went.
Oh, use
Yeah,
your
I
calling
did say I
stone.
got the statue. I'm leaving.
Yeah. So what I'm going to ask you at this point, and this is the only person who has the call here, is Kevin. Do you tell Ropes to burn it, or do you tell Ropes to wait?
Oh shoot! I'm gonna tell him to wait. That's why I paid him so much.
Well, no, like you're waiting for Varric, and according to Kiernail,
Oh,
Kiernail told Varric to get the fuck out. So do you wish
Okay.
to leave, or do you wish to wait for Varric?
I'm gonna say that we wait a little bit, but I think we have like a democracy type thing where people will be like, wait, and then if they start dropping off, if enough people say no, let's go, then we go.
Okay. So while you're waiting, Varric, you would see that the employees and their guards are kind of moving up, and they're kind of searching the area. And from what you can tell, they are very thoroughly looking down the waterway. You would see two of the guards break open, like the illusion of their being break open as two winged devils with spines all about their body appear and then jump out the window and descend down. The second Jeddah sees that, he says, "Get the fuck out of here." And he starts moving to leave the place. Keeping in mind, this security guard is dead, and Nightshade is also not conscious. So,
Oh, Jesus
how would
Christ.
you like to proceed? Jeddah appears to be moving forward and heading away from this space. Do you wish to remain
I will-
here and wait interrogation from the group, or do you wish to try and flee?
I will say that
Hold on.
when everybody.
Chat, it's just Michael at this point. I need him to be all alone.
Yeah, so I would be trying to move towards the exit.
Okay. Now, is there anything that you want to add to this movement that you would like to kind of point out that you're trying to do? Keeping in mind that Jeddah is also trying to move towards the exit. Anything you'd like to do to try and like maybe toss them under the bus so that no eyes are on you, they're all on you?
Whoa.
No, honestly, no.
Okay.
No.
Then I need you to go ahead and make a stealth check, no advantage or anything, you're just making it straight. Okay. Does anybody have inspiration that they'd like to spend on that roll?
I'll give it to him.
Okay, roll again.
Can I get inspiration for being a battering ram?
The dice gods say no!
No.
No, the very first person that she became aware of was going through that vault door. I'm sorry.
Okay.
The only way you avoid her is get it in the first tournament round. Did
Yeah,
you roll a second 8?
he did.
I did, yeah.
Okay. So at this point, what happens is Jeddah tries to basically like utilize a method to kind of call you out instead. He moves over to the other side of the space and then causes a loud ping or sound to appear near you, which causes a few of the guards to turn their direction towards you and start chasing after you. This one's not
He
alive,
set you up.
and they
So did they just go in there and start beating the shit out of everybody?
no, they came to the window and they were trying to find what happened with the lady, who's on the map but is actually out this way. So my question to you then, Varric, is: do you run, or do you stand your ground?
I'm gonna be running.
Okay, go ahead and make an athletics roll. Okay.
Your dice are broken. Burn them.
Does anybody,
Please burn your dice.
does anybody have inspiration?
No.
Yeah, I do.
Okay.
Use it.
Roll again. Roll again.
Oh wait, you do have
Please,
okay.
please, for the love of God.
I've asked
Dice
you to roll.
gods.
I've asked you to roll
Okay,
a total
okay.
of 1, 2, 3, 4 dice, and of those 4 dice, you only rolled over a 10 once.
Nice.
He's doing good. He's doing good.
He's doing
Okay.
it right.
You start to run. You feel like you're tired. You've been sitting for a while, but you think, man, if Krungar was here, he would give me some shit for being
Fat lizard.
dragon, unhealthy dragon man. And so you bolt. You do not lose sight. They do not lose sight of you though. So when you get to the boat, they are absolutely there with you, and they will stop as you approach the boat. Do you wish to board the boat and say, "Get the fuck out of here"?
Yeah.
Okay.
Good.
You leap on
I
the
can
boat.
throw my ball bearings just in
They're
case
not
they start
chasing.
running. Okay.
They're not chasing you on the water. They just don't have a means of catching ropes. So once you get
Okay.
onto the boat, he hightails it. But what you'll notice is that the guards kind of look at you and kind of focus in on who you are and seem to
Can I
capture
sneak?
who you are. You did not say before you were hiding.
That's-
Fuck.
Everything was outlined to you, and the details of this, everything that was coming up, were kind of prescient. And when I said
Right.
that they are locked in on you, that is not the time to be like, well, now's the time to hide.
Right.
Shit, they're looking at me.
Yeah.
Oh,
So
shit.
I'm gonna actually flip them off.
Okay. And so Varric, the one Varric, this is absolutely not Varric the Bard, right? The street performer.
No. This is
Noble.
This is the
This
third
is
Varric.
this is the third Varric. This is Varric the gambler.
Right.
Yeah.
We had Varric the bard. We
It's
have
not
Varric
very
the
Bard, nor is it
rich
The
guy.
Fuck it. If they're gonna see Sebastian, he's gonna flip him off too.
Okay.
Fuck it.
So your bounties will be going up again. Again, this is information that I know of that you haven't sought in character, so don't worry about the details of that. But Ropes drags you completely out of here on boat and gets you back to the north side of the city. Go ahead and move us back to that map. And
We did it.
change.
I will
Yeah.
say, Kurnell looked like Krungar.
Yes, I'm aware. You did cast this guy's self.
There's two
So did I.
guys.
Two guys.
Valentin has 2 black eyes, 8 broken ribs, a broken femur, and a contusion.
Damn, you ran pretty good for someone with all them injuries.
I will say that being punctured through a vault door that she couldn't break with her magic is definitely an experience your character will live with for the rest of their life.
True that. True that.
I knew you were hard headed.
So,
I mean, not many people can say they broke through a vault door with just force.
honestly,
okay?
that's actually a really fun story for a rogue to have, if you think about it.
So I just barreled into this door. And
I can crack
broke.
through any vault, and I'll do whatever I need to get through them.
Let me tell you about this time I broke into a vault.
It was
So-
pretty graduating. She
On arrival back in city proper, you are dropped off by Ropes, pretty much at the same spot you were picked up. This would be different from Kurnell. You have arrived back in the city proper. Where would you like to go? It does not seem like, at least to your knowledge, anyone is chasing you or has eyes on you or is kind of looking for you.
I can't remember, but did she say to go to her place immediately or in 2 days?
I thought she said immediately, but let me check my notes. You know, my
I can't
my
recall.
robber notes.
So, Verity Kai said,
Open Hyacinth. Nope, I don't have it. I mean,
I
so-
do want to question about the statue that he stole. Then I'm like, if she stole the statue, what is this thing?
Yeah, that's what I'm wondering.
make an
too.
Arcana
Is this
check, Copper.
fake? Good
Yeah, but
call.
we did a magic detection on it earlier and it said, oh, it's not fake.
Yeah, it does not appear to be fake.
Sweet. Maybe there's 2 of them. That's all we need.
Okay. So, yeah, you're just like, well, what did that lady steal? Absolutely confused. This appears to have like a magical essence to it.
Whatever the fuck she wanted. That's
Did we
for
get the real one? Do we want this? This thing's hot.
What did she get? Whatever the fuck she wanted. In all honesty,
But Joe said that's
she
great.
took the tallest man of us and used him as a battering ram. Like,
And she couldn't even see him. He just said, hey. And
She just grabbed him. Just grabbed him.
I want to imagine like Copper didn't jump off. Copper would just sit on his shoulder and he's like, whoop. And he just fell to the ground like, what the hell?
Mora, if you'd
Yeah,
like to
so
make
he
an
just,
Arcana
like-
check with the item, if anybody has Arcana trained that is not Chad or Copper, or sorry, Colonel or Copper, because you've already had a couple of bites at the apple. But if you have Arcana trained, you can go ahead and make an Arcana check.
Oh, actually, I don't think I have Arcana trained.
I'll
Yeah,
say,
no.
actually, just
Religion.
Can I
Go ahead.
can I actually use identify as a first level?
Yeah, you can.
Yeah, maybe.
Can
So I
I
can
do
touch
an
the object and see if it has
Sure.
magical properties.
So you will
Okay,
discover
sweet.
that this item does have magical properties. It specifically has the magical property known as False Aura, which is instilled upon a magical item by the spell Mistl's Magic Aura. You change the way the target appears to spells and magical effects that detect magical auras, such as Detect Magic. You can make a non-magical item appear magical, make a magical item appear non-magical, or change the object's aura so that it appears to belong to a school of magic you choose.
Ooh, interesting.
So the
These always
item you
fake.
are holding in your hand is under the effects of that spell.
So it's probably fake.
So it's certainly
Yeah.
fake.
Let everyone know like this has definitely been tainted with magic here. This is not the actual statue.
Oh man, this is not good. Maybe
So-
we'll get partial.
You make your way to Verity's. Is that fair?
It's a really, really good forgery.
Yeah, let's wait.
Yes.
We could try to pass it off on him.
I mean, it worked. It fooled us.
Yeah,
I
it
ain't gonna keep the slippers.
Or she know we got this out the vault. We thought it was real. What do you mean?
right.
We're not gonna say nothing about the demon lady that just came in and killed everybody. Nothing. If she finds out, then we'll ask her, okay, yeah, demon lady stole the real one. What is it? Why do you want it?
She was no demon. She was an angel.
Um,
Angel. Of...
Just say that because you let you live.
I guess I'll just post her picture as someone apparently is having thoughts about our girl. Yeah,
Save that one.
go ahead and post that again.
Wow.
Okay, so you make your way to.
That woman was a devil.
The devil is in the details.
You make your way to.
And check out her details.
You make your way to. We're definitely gonna get your brain out of your pants. It's gonna work.
Oh my gosh. Whew, sorry.
Where are you going? What's the name of the place you are
Oh,
going?
you want to go to
Verity
Lake Street
Cave.
Dive? Let's go to Lake Street Dive.
Is that where you were
Uh-huh.
told to meet with?
Oh
Karen
shit, that's not where we. No, we were
No.
told to meet somewhere else. Come on, somebody has to have this.
That's her
As
place.
soon as you get back to shore, Kieranel's going to put on a new disguise.
And Copper just slammed him upside the head. Stop that!
I don't even know who you are anymore.
At the Brine Widow.
Perfect.
Yeah, this one doesn't have a name.
Wait a
Just-
minute.
So Jonah,
Just a
Imagine-
guy. Generic Joe.
Jonah, you
We
don't
need
get
to go to the
inspiration
Bay
for
of
being.
Purple.
Hold on. You don't get
Yeah.
inspiration for being thrown through a door. You do get
Okay.
inspiration for remembering where you're supposed to go. A very minor detail that most people might have forgotten, and you wrote down. Good job taking notes. When you
Isn't it the
arrive
Bay of
back at the Brine Widow, you
Oh, the
enter
Brine
into the back room where you find Verity.
We see the command word open Hyacinth.
Correct.
Yeah.
Inspiration again
Right.
is being granted to
Ah,
you, Kevin, as
Thank
you
you. I'm
remember
just
the
going to
very
use it for
specific
somebody to do a roll.
method to enter into
Problem.
the space.
Sweet.
Once you enter in, she sighs out loud and says, I presume you were successful.
Of course. You know us.
Well, not really, but
No, you do now.
your reputation,
heard of
I
us, so.
suppose, precedes you.
Thank you. It was tough
So,
on some of us.
she gestures towards the table. You start dumping 5,000 gold pieces out of the bag of holding onto the table.
Just the
So
fun.
do we like?
Just
Do
the
we? Do we bring Valentine to this meeting in a wheelbarrow?
No, he's not. He's fine. He got healing. He's just.
It was pretty bad.
I just love the thought of that, though. I hope these treasure chests got wheels, and they do. And then you just pour the Goliath in, and then push. That did not happen. So someone said just the 5,000 gold. I want to make sure that we're all on the same page. Are we not putting the statue out?
No,
Yes.
Oh yeah, the statue. As
No,
well.
no. I mean,
Stop
not like
talking over each other, please. What did you say, Chad? You have the statue.
Yeah, definitely the statue. He would have turned it over to the party at the first opportunity.
So hold on, pause. That's the point of order. You handed it over to the party. Who has the statue after it is being given by Kiernel to the group? Moro? Is that who you're handing it to, Kiernel?
Definitely.
Moro, are you putting the statue out? It sounds like Jonah has reservations. I'm asking these questions.
No.
Okay.
I was specifically stating just 5,000 gold, not the extra gold we got.
Got
That's
it.
what I meant. Yeah.
Obviously, I'm not going to.
just my bag of gold.
Hold on, sorry. I have to post a dumb GIF in our chat. I'm not here to rob you. I can help you.
I can help.
Obviously, the 2,500 besides is staying in your bags.
Okay.
Chill.
Okay.
In all
Just
honesty,
making sure.
Moro has 500, Kronkar has 1,000, Valentine has 1,000. If you don't want to have any conversations about that, you don't have to. But I know that Copper will probably be a little salty since he was the one he was holding the bag, literally, on this one. On this.
He got tiny hands. He should have grabbed more.
You set those out. She looks at the statue. This will suffice. As promised, you may keep the bag. You may keep the item that you were granted, and I will pay you in accordance with what was promised. She looks at the statue kind of annoyed, though. Not as happy as you think she would have been, and your presumptions are pretty sound. She will then pass out the coin, which was 150 gold pieces a piece.
Wait.
Or 100 gold pieces. You were already given 50 up front.
Oh, you're
Yeah.
right.
So you should have a total of 100 gold pieces, a bag of holding, boots of elven kind.
Yeah.
And that is it from this agreement. She'll look at you, pour the gold into a bag of her own, look at the statue, grab it and place it in the bag, close it, put it to her pouch or her waist and say, "Our business is through. I'll leave after you've exited."
Is there a window outside right behind her?
There's no windows in this back room.
Oh, shit.
Well,
I'm gonna
you
close
know
into-
how to get a hold of us if you need another. You got to be confident, guys. You're welcome. I would bow. we got to play like we're just the best.
So I'm sorry. So that's just the payout from the gig. What was Kieranel's cut of the extra gold? Or did he not get any?
That's not being discussed in this room. So I'm asking if anybody's trying to engage with Kai beyond what she said. She seems very terse and very kind of final. She's basically saying, our business is concluded. I will follow you out once you've left. So I'm asking you right now if it sounds like Moro bows and says thank you. Valentine, you said you were looking at a window, but there isn't one. What were you doing? Are you gonna jump through the window? Are you really intent on
I was
just
gonna
going through barriers that can be opened normally?
I was gonna go
It's been fun out the window.
I was gonna go with the flashy exit, and I was gonna jump my ass out of the window. But since there's no window, I mean, he's just gonna come straight at her. He's just gonna be like, "Listen, a lady, she came in and she killed everybody and took the statue that was in the vault."
Kieranel's already leaving.
Yes, of course.
It was a blonde lady. She had a weird sword. It moved on its own. It had tentacles. I don't know what the fuck it was, but she killed fucking everybody. And then she took the statue and she threw me through a vault door, which wasn't the worst experience I've ever had, but
She raises
it
her
was one of
hand.
them.
The Arenya statue is one of a number of items that is required to enter into a space of great importance here in the city of Penford.
Ooh.
That is all the information I am willing to grant to you. I would hope that if you are as curious as you sound now, you learn very quickly to lose that sense.
I don't want to be part of no magic bullshit. I just want to get gold and live until I'm
She
old.
gestures towards the door as you're talking.
Copper's gonna grab him and start dragging him.
I would say to the lady, sorry, man.
And then he launches
Don't
towards
listen to
her.
him.
She's a door!
Don't listen to my friend
She's a
here.
door!
He's had a head injury recently, and anything he says can't be trusted.
It's like the blonde woman instilled a power of I must destroy door. Okay.
Yeah.
Copper, you exit. Is that fair to say?
What now?
Are you leaving as well? You said you're dragging.
Yeah.
Valentine.
Yeah, I'm dragging that.
And Varric, do you leave, or do you ask any questions before leaving?
Yeah, no, I'd just leave.
Okay. So the last one out would be Varric. Is that fair to say?
Yeah.
Make a perception check, Varric. And
Do
please
it,
roll over
Varric.
a fucking 5, my guy.
Yeah.
We have this version again.
Say low is high.
Well,
You had to say the
That's
five.
actually a
You
16.
taunted the gods.
Yeah.
He did get over a 5, technically.
No, he did not. He
No,
rolled
no.
a 5 exactly.
This is hilarious. This is funny as hell. He rolled a 5, but he has a +1, which gives him a 6. The DC was 5, which is why
Oh
I
my
said
God.
the thing I said, and why I said I said it as I said it. So he does pass the perception check. However, what the fuck, my guy?
I don't know.
I'm telling you, it's gonna burn the digital data today.
Oh,
Chad can't kill a guy, leaves him at 1 hit point. Michael can't roll dice good. So
it'd be like that.
If ever anybody in the future moving past this point has a bad streak of dice rolls, they're Michaeling.
They're Michaeling. Oh, okay.
Chatting
You're not
it up.
the first group of friends to actually made that up.
Oh.
Well, then it's a tradition that carries on
Yeah.
throughout tradition.
Yeah.
So, bad dice rolls aside, you do hear the sound of what you know to be an activation of a call stone on the other side of the door you just left.
Ah.
And that's just for Varric. Do you listen in or no?
Yes.
Yes. The other voice you hear is kind of masculine, but kind of harder to hear due to kind of the reverberation and the reverberatory nature of the stone. It's coming in very loud, and it's kind of makes it more hard to hear. It's like a wonk 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 kind of sound, but you can kind of make out what they're saying. And then you hear, so it was the Lady Montalais. I really have a problem with these interlopers from Osiria causing problems in our political discourse. Okay. No, they were successful. We have a statue. Perhaps a suitable copy of the real statue can be made from what we have. This looks like it is based on the actual item. It just doesn't seem to have the enchantments the other one does. You think that would be a problem with the Lady Montoulet having the real one? Well, I suppose we can address the council. No, we will do it ourselves, is the voice that you hear. But it's kind of like strange. And then she says, I'll see if I can find someone who can make that happen. The phone goes quiet. And it sounds like she's starting to move inside of the space, like she's about to leave. What would you like to do, Barrett?
Oops.
At that point, I'm still just leaving out with the group.
Okay. So I'm going to make you roll another dice. I'm sorry to do it to you, but you do need to make a stealth check. Okay.
Hey!
Natural 20. All right. Yeah, you slip away
Nonchalant.
after hearing what you hear. You meet up with the group. You guys kind of like are, wandering back. Kiranel addresses did you guys find anything else in the vault? I believe that Chad was kind of like hinting at. And Moro probably gives like we'll count it back out when we get back to the dive. Right? Very
Right.
leader man.
Yeah.
And then Varric, do you say anything on the open road as you're kind of heading towards like either a trolley or a sky rail or something like that?
I would at least tell them about what I heard with Montalais being the name that I was overhearing, and that it was expected to potentially happen.
Do you have history trained as a player character? If so, roll it.
I do.
Then you're rolling history.
I'm rolling it. Oh gosh. Wait a minute. What did I roll? Because if I roll a 1, I did. I rolled.
You roll a 1. You're a halfling. Roll it again.
I'm a halfling. That's what I mean. Michael has to play halflings from now on. All right. See, now I got a 15.
Yeah, explosive. Anybody else have history trained?
Be better.
Nope.
Nope.
Okay. So the name Montoulet is representative of an Osirian noble house from the great city of Nock. This is very far away from where we are. It's like on the eastern side of the continent. You are aware that the Civil War displaced a number of the noble families that were present there, and you're pretty sure that the Montoulet family was one such family that ended up here in Jernaris. From your understanding, they have roots in Parnac, but they also had no place to find solace or safety in Parnac either. From the sounds of it, and from what you understand of them historically, they engage in practices artifice most foul, and most people regard them as being individuals who are not good neighbors to have. But here they reside in your city, or at least one of them.
That's not good.
And when I say artifice most foul, I mean not necromancy. They use flesh to create constructs. Flesh golems.
Oh, like golems. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sexy.
I wonder if she was a flesh golem. She didn't look like a flesh golem. She looked pretty fleshy.
The fucking.
I want to pause for a second.
Wait, have you ever seen a flesh golem?
Okay. Again, I do not mind a body comment here or there. I'm totally okay with it. I just want to make sure, just so we understand where the line is. Most of our audience is women, so.
Okay. Well, yeah.
I just want to make sure that's clear. It's Elizabeth.
Wait a minute. I'm being canceled.
Canceled.
I deserve it. You know what? I deserve it.
Don't try and steal my bit, okay? That's what I do. I get canceled. I'm just saying.
Sorry,
It
Elizabeth.
is our job to get him banned on Twitch.
Just go nuts, but don't go too nuts. Is all I'm saying. I don't mind a little bit of body combo. I just,
I'm trying to get him kicked off Twitch by putting Dungeons and Dragons up there.
I think I'll be okay.
Probably right.
Is Dungeons and Dragons just a phallic and feminine kind of like analogy. Like the dragon is masculine and the dungeon is
The dungeon. Oh my gosh.
ew.
Did you just think of that?
No, maybe.
Okay.
I
I've never
hate
heard
it.
that.
Shut up!
Just shut up. Stop ruining this game for me.
God.
Sorry,
You
we've
get-
ruined it. Sorry.
You get back to the dive. I'm assuming at that point you would then disperse coinage.
Coinage dispersing. Did Valentine withhold any? Like,
Drink first,
sneakily?
then coinage.
Drink.
He's gonna give 500 instead of the full 1,000 because of the physical toll that he paid.
Sir, I saw how much gold you took.
you can't fool the gecko.
So
I have
when,
suffered.
well, hold on. When you put forward the argument, I have suffered, I had held pain. Does anybody have any counter arguments as to why he should fork it over? I.e.,
just gonna say-
Moro, you brought him back to life.
Yeah, I mean, I would say,
could have just-
you know, everybody takes on risk when we do these jobs. Sometimes you get hurt, sometimes you don't. And I was there to heal you, so we're going to flip evenly. That's
Hold on,
all.
I got stepped on. Where's my compensation?
That's true. He did. See, and nobody healed him after he got stepped on it, and it hurt his pride.
I mean, you're right, but I was gonna use this gold for R&R.
500 gold
Alright.
pieces you're going to use for rest of relaxation.
Yeah, where are we
Oh.
going? We going to the we're going
Jesus
somewhere
Christ.
good.
Were you going to
Kinda.
the pain, like the pain pits? Were you going to buy some liquid pain and just like fucking go for it? Like just straight deep. You're going to use agony. You're going to just use the darkest, most vile drug I have in my setting. You're just like, I'm going in, baby.
I was gonna do it. I was gonna go with the deep end.
No, don't do it.
I wanted an addiction that demons have problems with kicking. Like, let's go.
I'm half giant. I can handle it.
You're not half giant. You're a Goliath.
I am half giant.
That's not what a Goliath is.
Oh, fuck. Never mind. Alright, I'll give the 1,000.
All right. So, somebody add it all up, and I could do it if you want me to.
It
So,
was 2,500,
416 apiece.
right?
was it 2,500? Yeah, I think you're right. Divided by how many people are in there? 5, not 6.
6.
There are 6. Holy shit.
6.
Oh yeah.
416.
Just because Joe's never in the Discord in the Zoom call doesn't mean you can ignore him.
That's
Yeah.
true. Don't forget about Joe.
Don't forget
That's
Joe.
416 or 417
Okay.
if we round up.
And then at that point too, do you wish to take a rest and like break away from each other from the gig and kind of settle out, or is there any other conversation that you want to have regarding what you know and what we're doing?
I think I'm going to kind of quickly. I don't have to do it here in game, but I'm gonna kind of quickly go over the highs and of the of what we did and like what we learned and what we didn't learn, like lessons learned, and then be like, all right, let's go get drunk. All right, cool. Like, I know I can't do that too long, otherwise they'll get bored. But some of these guys didn't have school, so this is like the closest they're ever gonna get to school. Right?
That
This
is
time, I didn't give away gold.
that is adorable.
Yeah, you probably would be.
I'm out here trying to keep you out of trouble. See,
Yeah,
trying to keep you out of trouble by
just
by,
trying to get you out of
know,
trouble.
You gotta listen to me, Rock.
That's
Yeah.
right.
Trying to keep you out of trouble by getting you involved in heists and stuff.
Yeah, that's right. That's pretty funny. So,
I just
Sorry,
like
guys.
that was some bullshit. It was supposed to be a regular heist, not a
you're
So
right.
Yeah.
Survival.
So at some point after getting back, and then getting back, making the sale, getting back to the place. Kiernell assumes his Kiernell identity, and they sit down and start drinking. And they were like separated the whole time, so he knew that something happened. He didn't quite understand what happened. So this is the first chance he's had to catch up with Valentine and figure out what happened.
Fun fact:
Oh,
not one time did Kiernell actually see her.
Oh, that's true.
Not one time.
Oh, I think yeah. When she showed up, my back was to her,
Yep.
and then she came back through when I was already on my way
You were on the
out.
other way out. Yeah.
oh, so there was a lady. Granted, she was attractive, but evil is also. And she was there to steal the Aaron Ye statue, and she, to do this, she killed everybody. When I tell you
Everybody.
everybody, she killed everybody, no hesitation, and it was very quick. And then, why am I sounding southern? Then
Yeah, right.
she sent me through a damn door, and I didn't like it, and I almost died, but I'm here.
Oh,
And
that's awesome.
that was pretty much it. She was attractive. She almost killed me. I think I found something in myself, but that's the story.
I think I found what you love. I love a woman who kicked my ass.
Yeah.
I coughed a little too hard and a rock came out. Kiernell looks absolutely aghast as you just described what happened, and he's like, oh, well,
Oh, and she had a
Yeah.
weird sword.
oh, a weird sword, eh?
Yeah, it
Weird
was like
how?
it had
Came
like
out
an
of her
eyeball.
palm.
Yeah, it had an eyeball on it too.
And I'm sorry, did you catch her name?
She was too busy throwing me through a vault door.
Yeah, but
I'm
wait, you
sorry,
did though. You did because Varric told us her name. He told us everything they said in the conversation, so we know her name. So
Oh,
but you don't
wow.
have to tell.
Montour.
You don't have to tell Colonel, but you do know it.
Excellent.
It's
Okay,
Lady Montalais.
John, what can Kiernell put together from those clues?
You have history trained?
No, but he does have Arcana
Doesn't help.
and
So what the note would be is the name is important. At current, the understanding that you have, the sword coming out of the hand,
yeah.
there's really no Arcana check that's going to help you there. But you would understand just context clues. I think you could put 1 and 1 together, right? Formulate 12, right?
Mm-hmm.
You're probably hypothesizing that it might be some sort of eldritch individual, a warlock or witch, if you will.
Well, I will have whatever she's having because that sounds awesome.
Back to the blade.
Oh yeah, one thing at a time. Speaking of which, at some point I would take an hour to cast Find Familiar as a ritual and get another worm.
Fair enough. That your last one was squished by a car, man.
Yeah.
Anything else that you wish to do during the kind of evening time here?
I'm sorry. Did they? So I guess how much extra gold went in the party pot, or was that after the drinking?
No, they split it.
416.
Yeah, you get 416.
That's 66
400.
silver.
Oh, that's 416.
Yeah.
Oh, well, that's crazy.
We robbed the vault.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
she was a very nice lady.
She did
She
not
left
come.
the kids alone.
She did
We
not
said,
come
"Hey."
for trinkets.
Lovely.
What's fun is if you'd stayed longer, it could have been more hilarious.
Ooh,
But the point is you
You
have
had a
some
Minotaur
coin.
wake up, weren't you?
If you have some coin, yeah, it does actually come back together. Very good and very astute. It's more Castlevanian than Dungeons and Dragons.
Wow.
Oh, nice.
You gotta burn the bones. Gotta bless them.
Yeah, one of my notes here is red bones, and I don't know if anybody gets the gimmick. I don't know if anybody played Castlevania or not. But yeah,
I don't remember it. I did play it.
So, if you have 500 gold pieces on your person, because we are not doing downtime stuff. We are not doing kind of like the same shakeups that we're doing with our other format games. We want this game to be a bit more episodic, simplistic in its kind of structuring. What I will say at this point is if you have 500 gold pieces right now, and you have an uncommon magic item that you are interested in investing in, you may purchase it.
Okay.
Awesome.
Look at the list.
It has to be uncommon, you said, right?
Correct.
Yeah.
If you wish to purchase a common magic item, you can do so for 150 gold pieces.
Lovely.
How much did you say would cost for a uncommon again? Sorry.
500.
500.
500. Okay, 500. Sweet. Let me look at. I have this thing called Don John. It has like a list of all my items and stuff.
Sure. Yeah, Don John is very helpful.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. It's not our favorite John, but he's still a John. So
Is
you got
Radajon our favorite John?
I don't know. I don't want to say because I feel bad.
For Radajon?
That's
Did
just
they?
for somebody.
Is there a list?
Let's not say.
I will say Radajon is in the chat right now, and he said, "Say yes now."
yeah. Yes.
There. If it's an audience member, you
kinda-
have to give them what they want.
Yeah, you have to. It's
That's why
part of it.
Shimmy got 5 minutes of unattended printer access but moments ago. Unfortunately for him, it doesn't have power on it, does it? Oh, you're stupid. You're stupid and don't know how to plug it in, idiot.
He's plotting his vengeance. Look
Yeah.
at eyes.
He's so mad about it. I love you, baby.
You disappoint me, father.
You disappoint me. You've given me access to the printer, but not power over the printer. And this has made me very, very mad. Oh god! How do you keep making these freaking... Oh my god. So we have a new emoji that just happened.
Deadpan.
Hold on, I'm gonna post it in the fan channel in the Discord. Hold on. I'm gonna try to. Radajon just got. What was it? Yeah, Radajon just got that one. He looks so mad. I'm gonna send that to my wife also, because that shit is fucking hilarious.
Oh boy.
Oh. So, magic items. What do you want to buy?
Are we allowed to get something that lets us fly?
Uncommon magic items in the Dungeon Master's Guide or in one of my source books that I post on DM's Guild are absolutely fine no matter what they do. So if
I'm
you
on
want
D&D
boots of...
Beyond. I don't know which.
Oh, we don't care about that. Are you talking about winged boots?
No, it was the Broom of Flying, but I don't know what. Like it says D&D Free Rules 2024.
Broom of Flying.
Broom of Flying is an old. It's been around for a while.
And
It's uncommon.
It is an uncommon magic item. Yeah, you could buy a Broom of Flying.
Get the good old hand disguise.
I should get the Hat of Disguise.
I'm gonna hold on. I think I can make this work, folks. So you can see the picture that was sent to me. There it goes. I'm just gonna leave that as the current image for the time being. Perfection.
You need to go into Photoshop and put the little anime angry thing on.
Oh, like the little goat
hex
symbol.
mark.
Yeah. Perfect. I can do it. I'll do it. Oh, that's hilarious. Okay, yeah, Broom of Flying's fine. Absolutely.
Okay. All right. Awesome. I want to get I would like to get a ring of mind shielding, and I have a question.
Nice.
Does the ring of mind shielding I get currently have a soul in it?
Great question. Hold on a second here.
That is a good one.
Ring of Mind Shielding is an uncommon item. You would be buying these fresh, so no.
Excellent.
Actually, you're in the marketplace of Penford. A lot of shit passes through here. Go ahead and roll a D100. I am going to do, looking at it, I'm going to say it's 50-50. So low, it has one in it. High, it doesn't. Sorry, I had to read it real quick because I thought it was something that was imbued in it by like a person, like Ring of Power or whatever. There's also another magic item that has like it captures spells. I think it's Rod Absorption. So roll a D100, Chad. Okay, so there
27.
is a soul in it.
Okay, excellent.
Okay.
Have fun with that one.
Ooh.
Yes, I will have to develop a personality for someone who was just sold on the open market.
Please save me. Now you're mine.
Obviously, that transaction happened in a slightly shadier part of town. Okay.
Could I
Now
change
the question
my?
is, do I wear it on the same hand as my familiar so they can talk to each other?
So you have to the end of this conversation, Jonah, to lock it in. So
I'm gonna lock in Gloves of Thievery
Gloves of Thievery is
Ooh,
a
that's
very
a good
good
one.
one.
That is a good one for you.
because
actually.
I didn't know it was.
And you don't
uncommon,
have
but-
to purchase anything. You can just start saving up. What I will say is the next time I say, do you guys want to buy stuff? I will be saying, and if you have 2,500 gold pieces, you can buy a rare magic item. So just keep that in mind for your
Mm.
purposes moving forward.
Mm.
It's not
I'll
that.
buy.
Go ahead.
I'll buy a Pearl of Power so I can have another like highest
We're
level.
just like-
I guess it goes up to level 3 spell slots, right? I think
Yeah.
so.
You can store a third item or third level.
Rare,
Right now I don't have
rare
full
magic
levels, but
items
maybe
that make a
someday I
difference.
will.
Well, it's dependent on because we haven't taken another long rest. I still have to afford you experience for what we just did.
Yeah,
That's
rare
true.
magic items that do make a difference.
Yeah, rare
right.
magic items are insane comparatively to uncommon.
Okay,
They are.
I'm a
That's
save.
good. I didn't know that was
Gloves of
a,
Thievery is really strong though.
Yeah, that's
I
pretty
know, but rare magic item.
Also, magic weaponry. There's other items that kind of come up. Obviously, we've been seeing that combat is not the biggest thing in this game. It will start
Yeah.
to be soon. I think all of us are tired of murdering goblins or killing like bandits, right? So I definitely am trying to kind of give you more fluffy kind of content before we get to the fighting stuff.
I'm
'Cause
gonna.
I want those fights to matter.
I am gonna take the Gloves of Thievery. I'm gonna take those
Okay.
because,
Do
like, I think that helps in the long run.
Copper, are you
Yep.
buying or saving?
well.
Here's a question for you.
Yeah.
I was looking at common items. Earring of messaging. If I wild shape and have that earring still equipped, could I use it while I'm wild shaped?
It says you
It
can
says
use
cast.
that.
It says cast. So I'm like, I can't cast in wild shape. So I'm like, okay.
Hold on. What's earring of what's it called?
Earring of message.
I don't see that in the. What's it supposed to be from?
Oh, that's all. That's okay. Deep. That's
Probably a common one, right?
It's common.
That's common. Not you might be looking at.
What book is it? What book is this from? Oh, it's from Critical Role. That's why.
Yeah, no,
I thought I filtered this shit.
we do not.
So I
use-
get
I'll filter back on.
I get +5 to sleight of hand when I'm picking locks.
for Gloves of Thievery, I think it's just +5 to sleight of hand checks.
No, it specifically states picking locks.
Nice.
Okay. No, incorrect. +5 to dexterity sleight of hand checks and dexterity checks made to pick locks.
Oh,
Two separate things.
never mind. I can't read.
I was like, bruh.
All right, never mind. Sleight of hand checks, baby.
Sleight of
Ooh, I'm
hand.
so fucking sneaky. You won't even see them.
Okay. For you, Varric, are you purchasing
you've also
anything?
got, like, you got the
Saving.
boots, right?
What's that, Chad?
Jonah has the boots of Elvenkind.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Super stealth
Sneaky
mans.
son of a bitch.
So, are you purchasing anything here now?
Oh yeah, I'm getting the Ring of Mind Shielding with the soul in it.
Okay.
I'm
That's
not
right. That's
buying
right. You said that. I'm sorry. And Krengar, saving or buying?
Saving.
Okay. Okay. So with that being said, you're going to be taking a long rest.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's do it.
With the experience that you will gain, it will set you to a total of at your current 95 or 950. You'll be at a total of 2,100.
Okay.
So not quite 4th level. Okay.
Right there.
100.
After your long rest, like we did last time, the game is very episodic. There was a divide in time in between session 1 and its events, and session 2 and its events. This divide is going to be slightly longer and will create a situation where you'll be earning money in a non-heist fashion. Obviously, we all have an understanding as to how our characters gain wealth. It was something that was very much discussed in our session 1/0. That kind of we understand what we're doing in our downtime. Moro's doing good deeds for the folks in the neighborhood, and also kind of just being kind of like the guy, right? Affording for good acts, but also criminal acts against people who are oppressing the lower folk. Robin Hooding, if you will. Valentine and Varric, the combo, working and doing their best.
We steal them.
Krungar, you are either working in protection racket for Moro, or you are working and doing strong arm duty for the checkered scarves, depending on who needs what day. Kernell, you're continuing to pull your threads and continue to weave your tapestry of insanity, of all of these different characters kind of put forward to understanding and existence by your sheer imagination and desire for integration in weird circles. And Copper, I mean, you're probably just sitting at home, right? Like,
He's meditating. He's reading books.
yeah. Trying to
He's
find
studying. He's got to learn his magic.
But there's probably aspects where you're trying to find places of natural kind of collective. You're not really allowed to go into the forests of the rich folk to the south on the coast, but you probably can get onto the farmlands in in and around your neighborhood, and you can kind of connect with nature in a way that's not really normal or possible in the more kind of prescient city-like urban sectors of Benford. About a 6-day, so a 6-day in campaign is what they call a week, completes. For those of you who are religious, you would note that in the month of Falun, there is a high holiday at the end of the month for the Church of Atavius, and it is known as the Shackling. It is a high holiday in that it is something that is very much focused on by the Church of Atavius as a day of rejoicing, but also a day of kind of participating in the ritual-esque activities that are kind of a part of that. So that is on the horizon. That will be the next kind of thing that happens during downtime. So I'm just letting you know there's a holiday for Atavian worshippers coming up called the Shackling. If you wish, I can give you more details on the Shackling now, or if you would prefer to get those later, I can also wait. I know Krungar is an Atavian worshipper. You want the deets? Joe? Joe, you there? He might have muted.
Have Varric and Valentine stolen from churchgoers?
Well, see, that's probably what got you in problems with Moro, actually. But
Okay,
wealthy churchgoers, more than likely, yeah.
gotcha. All right.
Kernell is
Sure.
going to go shopping for some clothes, probably like some furs and stuff.
Okay.
He basically wants to build as much of like a big opulent party going outfit, like he's some sort of pompous jovial holy man.
Okay.
And he just wants to go out and party and have a good time.
So that'll be towards the
while
that
parading
so,
as like
so,
An
Real quick.
older, wealthy gentleman.
Real quick, I think a misinterpretation. The shackling doesn't happen until like the next down cycle. So you're in the middle of the month of Falloon. The end of the month of Falloon will be when that shackling happens. So in preparation, because we're not partying yet, you are getting the stuff together for our next downtime. Okay, cool. Yeah, the partying is not happening yet. The shackling will be our
And then-
next downtime beat.
Maybe kind of asking around to see like who's going to be there, who's going to be like the big guests of honor.
100%, Kevin. Wrong chat, but also totally fine.
Oh, you're right. That is the wrong one.
No worries. The fans will see what you behind the scenes. What's funny is Kimmy actually sent that picture or that GIF not that long ago. In the
When you
Tuesday
put
chat.
temp in there, it pops up. Oh boy.
So okay. With that said, downtime activities done, experience gained, everyone at the measure. What I will explain to you now is what happens after that 6th day and what you're kind of falling into next. So, you are approached by the scars again. There is mention that a family, from what you can understand, has stolen an important item known as the Celestial Codex from a library that has been paying dues to the Checkered Scarves.
Oh no.
The goal of the Scarves, as they understand it, is to return that codex. From what they understand as well, they wish for you to acquire the codex and ensure that a wealthy family that this incident was reported to, the Markovs, are not harmed in any way.
So the Markovs got told that the codex was stolen?
They were the ones that the incident was reported to.
Okay.
A member of
Oh,
their
so they don't want to be like implicated or anything.
a member of their family might be involved.
Mm.
So it is the goal of the Scarves, based on just the initial assignment that you're being kind of told about, that you need to return the Celestial Codex to the Checkered Scarves, and also ensure that the political, optical, and physical lives and such of the Markovs are not in any way harmed in this process.
Of
They're-
taking back the codex.
Correct. They're willing to pay you 100 gold pieces each for delivering the codex back to the library it was taken from, or rather to the Scarves who will place it back there. And they'll pay you 150 gold pieces in addition to that if you find the individual who they mentioned, the Markov person, child, and return him home. Alive preferred. Dead is fine, as they have the capital to bring him back via
Wow.
spell casting.
Okay.
So, they wish for you to also, because this is a circumstance that may involve leaving the city, they are willing to grant you the use of your choice of one of the 3 options. A sky skiff, which is a very small, very fragile airship.
Mm.
An auto carriage, very reliable and sturdy. However, dependent on roads, vehicle. Lastly, horses. Fine, elvish horses, bred and raised by summer elves. They are not the Ranin, but they are fine horses.
Are they as fast as an auto carriage or no?
Depends circumstantially. On open land, the auto carriage is going to be the fastest, but it
Okay.
needs to be direct on roads. On looser
Yeah.
roads, it's going to be kind of a toss-up. Horses will probably bear even with that, whereas the skyship is always just moving at a constant pace.
Yeah, but it's fragile. Which
Yeah, but you have you have the advantage of being able to go anywhere.
that's true. I don't know. I feel like the horses would be the best option. That's just my vote on it. Like we don't have to go with the horses, but I feel like horses are good.
And for those watching at home who might not be familiar with some of these terms, a skyship is powered by air elementals or some other mechanism, mostly air elementals in Penford, and it's an airship. Typically, the air elementals are bound, so it's not exactly a morally good thing that happens there. But in a lot of instances, air elementals don't really have what would be considered a soul or pain or feeling. So it's more of like an entity is being kind of harnessed in this way. But there are instances where ones with sentience are bound, and it's horrific. And then auto carriage is sometimes powered by elementals, but is usually powered through artifice. It is an engine attached to a metal frame. It's a car. It's a car. It's what it is a car. And then if you're not familiar with horses, well, yeah.
Welcome
Horse.
to Earth. Everybody has horses.
What is horse?
What is horse?
Is that one of those yellow things that's really tall with a really long neck?
Well,
Could we talk to our boy Ropes and try to get a special auto carriage?
do you try and gain contact with ropes?
Yeah,
Okay.
for the mission.
He's rich now. We're never gonna see him
I think
again.
I think I just
He wants to buy his own.
hold on.
auto carriage,
I
is
think
what
I
he
just
wants
figured out how horse girls are made.
Jesus.
to do. No, please.
Googling horses. I'm a horse
my
girl. That's how it worked for you, right, Elizabeth? Right?
Yeah,
Like
horse, right?
you Googled horses and then like I'm obviously kidding, sorry. I'll stop trying to bash or be a dork about my horse comment. So what was your question, Jonah?
Could we talk to our boy Ropes about getting a
Yes.
modified vehicle?
So you try to reach out to Ropes. Okay, let me explain what happens. When you contact with the checkered scarves and ask about Ropes, they tell you Ropes has left the city. Then, at this point, they explain the reason why that's the case is he was implicated in a very serious crime by a well-to-do member of the nobility, but 6 days ago. You would understand that this means that this is in relation to the Stygian robbery. And so they would show you your wanted poster at this point.
Nice.
You are worth 1,500 gold pieces if you are
Hey.
detained and brought in. And they look at you and say, we're not going to turn you in.
Oh, I was gonna say that's a lot.
Honor among thieves. We don't work with the law. ACAB,
Uh,
buck 12.
we're all worth 1,500.
You're worth 1,500.
Oh, me specifically.
Right.
Because you could get through a vault with your head.
Real.
So
I mean, you
Your
literally
body-
just stood on the deck and went, "Fuck you guys."
Yeah.
It's true.
And so
Hey.
on your notice, it specifically states for involvement in the robbery and on date, and you would recognize the date as being the date you robbed the casino. But then there's a
Mhm.
second instance on the wanted card that seems to denote involvement with the museum. So it seems that
Ooh.
both of these crimes together have earned you 1,500 gold pieces as your bounty. Do you inquire
Now-
about the others?
My question is, before I inquire about everyone else, does it say Yellow Belly or Valentine?
Great question. So it doesn't say Yellow Billy and it doesn't say Valentine. Instead, it says your full name,
Fuck.
Whoa.
Sebastian
Oh, no.
LeBlanc. And then in the notes section, it says may also be known as Yellow Belly or Valentine.
Oh shit, they know me. Okay, now I want to know what everyone else is.
Great. So you would get to Varric, and it says Varric, and then it would show Varric Kaith as the last name, and then in the bottom corner,
Oh, shit.
occupation, gambler, or nobility, or entertainer.
Oh,
Could be
shit.
any.
I could be anything. I'm everywhere.
Yeah. 1,000
Schrodinger's
gold
bear.
pieces for Varric's.
1,500 for 19.
Oh, maybe we should write this down.
And
I mean, if you
I'm
want to
gonna
know
look.
it, you want to know it, right? Like, I mean, obviously, it's kind of like
Yeah.
a who's got the highest bounty, who's the most like evil here, right?
It's me. No, what if it's Copper? Is Copper the mastermind?
Also known as a gecko.
It's Chopper. Chopper's worth 10 gold.
All right, I want to know. I gotta know everyone.
Sure.
I gotta see everyone.
So Copper, Rorik Misttail, also known
Okay.
as Copper,
Ooh.
and according to what you see, 750.
Okay.
And there's no instance of Copper being noted on the museum heist.
Nice.
When you go to Moro, 750. Same. He doesn't seem to have any noted involvement in the museum heist. It's just
this-
for involvement in the Stygian heist.
Is this because I'm short that they don't give me as much?
No, it's because you weren't really present.
Racist.
Like, right? It's because you weren't really present for the museum heist.
I think he's only half a man. He's only worth half the gold.
He's only with half the gold. That's right.
So there is no notice for Kirnell, is what you'll
Yeah.
notice.
Sweet.
It does look like there are disparate, like small questionnaires, but nothing that
Mhm.
seems to denote Kirnell.
That brings up a question.
Yeah.
Cornell, what did you do with the guy you kidnapped?
Oh.
He's been sitting there tied up for 6
Oh, that's
days.
right.
So I want to pause for a second. Let's not focus on that question because he didn't focus on that question when I asked about the downtime activities and the stuff that was happening there.
right.
There was a delay intentionally. So back to the point. There is a wanted notice for an individual who led to the death of a tiefling individual in your district, but it has nothing to do with you've heard that people have gone missing or people
Yeah.
have been killed in their own house and left there to rot for days. So
Jesus.
there is currently in your district, like your borough, a serial killer rumor that's going around.
We're sitting there trying to get Copper to say, "Oh, hey, what happened?"
And because of the proximity
Like,
to
oh shit!
because of the proximity to the holiday, they're calling this serial killer the Shackler because he was bound in his own house and left for
Oh,
dead.
nice. That's nice.
That's another alias you can go by.
And I think I've got everybody with the exception of Krungar, who has a 2,000 gold piece bounty.
Ooh.
Winning.
It specifically says
Arson.
destruction of property, arson at the museum, and then for unwarranted magic in duplicatory magics, or possibly illusion magics at the Stygian location.
Oh man.
Yep, sounds about right.
They thought you were using some sort of duplicatory like spell like simulacrum.
I love it. I love it.
Okay, it's clear. The boats take off. There's 2 of them.
I guess there was 2 of them. He said, "I look like
Yeah.
Krungar."
Nice. I can't believe you picked
They have
another
2
one.
orcs on there. It must be a copy. Could be twins. Nah, it's a copy.
I'm sorry. You said our experience is now 2,100.
2,100
Yeah.
total, correct. You're 600 shy of 4th level.
Yeah.
Okay.
Also, we're famous.
You do have bounties.
Most of us.
If you grab your bounty sheets, you bring them back to everybody, you'll note that Kernel's the only one who seems to be the odd one out.
Does not surprise me at all.
So to the question, because we have about 5 minutes left, I just want to make sure that we understand what the vector that we're going to be utilizing is for travel. We had 1 vote for horsies.
Horsies.
Were the other ones airship and
Auto
auto
carriage.
carriage?
Mm-hmm.
Before you vote,
But
the skyship is fragile
it is a sky skiff.
and
Let's
it's
get
tiny.
It
Let's
only
get an
holds
auto
3
carriage.
people.
No,
let's
it'll
get the
hold
auto.
all vehicles will either hold everybody or you'll be given 1 for each. So the horsies.
Oh.
Oh, horses.
All right, I'm sorry. So what is the objective?
To go to a location yet undetermined that's going to be outside of town to recover an item called the Celestial Codex, return it to its rightful owners, the checkered scarves, and then
Right.
also you'll be paid an additional 150 gold pieces if you manage to bring back the Markov individual who was involved in the heist of the item unharmed. Basically, you're going to steal an item back that was stolen and shouldn't have been, and also bring back the young idiot who was involved in that heist so that they're not implicated and their family is not tarnished.
How many horses do we have?
You don't have any because you haven't decided whether you're going to go horses, auto carriage, or sky skip. You have to choose one of those 3 vectors.
I vote for auto carriage. I want to do Mad Max.
I
would
like,
be
the
horses.
sound of that.
Merrick is saying horsies.
Yeah.
2 for carriage, 2 for horsies.
Uh-oh.
What about
I
you,
mean,
Joe?
I would go with whatever Morrow says. So carriage.
Carriage.
Auto
2
carriage.
carriage, 2
So,
horsies.
Kernel, if you vote horsies, it's a 3-way tie, or a 3-and-3 tie. So I will have the chat rule out what you get, and they can just say whatever. So, like, if they want you to fly an airship just for the lulz, then I'll go with what they say. But if you say horsies, we're going with horsies. So what do you want to do, chat?
Yeah, I want to do auto carriage if we're going to be like ripping it.
3 and
across
3. Okay. So then we're going to the chat. We got 1 vote in the chat for horsies. Who else is in the chat? Anybody
Well,
else?
that was 4 and 2.
No,
No,
auto
it's
carriage. Me
4 to
voting
2.
auto carriage was
Oh, it's
4.
horsies. Oh, I can't do math. Good. I forgot.
Yeah.
Well, just stick your hand up.
Auto carriage wins.
Auto carriage.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
So auto carriage.
It's okay,
wins?
Jonah. I will be a horse and you can ride me. We will be the horse.
Wait.
Thank you.
How did auto carriage win?
Because it was Kernel,
Yeah, it was-
Morrow.
Oh, Moro voted for auto carriage because he
yeah.
wanted to do Mad Max, and then Krungar did it as well.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
got it. I'm on board. I get it. I'm sorry. I'm real bad at math.
We're gonna have to get some
It
silver
is not
spray,
horses. It is.
chrome spray.
It is a car.
Private.
Morrow's going to
Auto
stand on it.
carriage.
There goes all our viewership. Sorry, guys. We had 1 confirmed horse girl and a horse girl in development, and you just robbed them of their dreams of watching a
Robbed
stream
them.
where everybody's
I
riding
agree with
horses.
Chap.
I'm so sorry.
They should be outraged.
There's outrage.
Copper gets motion sickness. He's going to turn into a horse and he's going to go by himself.
Oh,
I'm gonna ride Copper.
there you go. Varric will ride Copper, who is a horse. Perfect. Everybody's happy. Nailed it. So, with that being said, next session I will basically give you the full outline for the mission and its entirety. And that's where we'll start. And then we'll be moving to the point where we are moving towards the next segment. Anybody have any? Oh, actually, it's 2 minutes till, so we'll see you next week as we start this next heist, this next episodic bit. And see you then. Thanks for watching those that did. See you then.